What is good, everybody? My name is Deuces. I appreciate y'all for being here tonight. Um, this is my boy Andrew, and he invited me to be on Beyond the Stage live. I'm blessed to be here, man. Thank you so much for taking the time for me to, be on your stage, man. This is cool. Um, but I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna do some songs throughout the night. Obviously, him and I are gonna talk and stuff. And I'm gonna start this off though with a ballad that I created for a friend of mine on my series called the Art of series with my lovely sister Mahogany, who's gonna sing it for me. One time for the love for my peoples. Two times for the rich life we deserve. Three times for pressing down on the needle. Down bad but never back to the curb. Four times to double up because we need to. Look, this a confession so I gotta let it burn. Clear view that's easy enough to see through. So you know I'm about to cook up what I serve. Yeah. Born to be blessed. Proverbs 16, verse 3 in the flesh. I was 15, pen drumming flows to the desk. Now fast forward, I'm on big screens showing the rest of the world what they ain't noticed. Times I should have folded, lines I could have quoted. Pressure being myself. Insufficient funds and losing sight of the motive, but intention is the key. No need for college diplomas. Visionary, steady the course. Deuces name all over the board. Numbers high, face on the stores, selling out shows like my brother Bree, of course. But see, I got a dream big to show you the source. Look, my brother knew when he passed me the torch that I was hopping off of the porch. I done been through rain, pain, struggles, and wars, and even more. The truth is what you feel, lies is what you heard. So yeah, I'm quick to X them out. Overdrafting late bills got me stressing out. But God working on my voice, handing blessings out. So you know I went back to my brother and say, yo, what Nas say? There's more to being jeans when you work like Kanye and Outkast on a 3 stack like Andre. There's a fork in a road, but I turn on God's way. Ain't no thing, I feed my brain. My chain got a CeeLo hang, a field goal range. I'm putting till I win that game. Brothers gotta see that change, to feel that change, but y'all don't hear me. Coasting by, less I'm high. Chuck the deuce to the world as I testify. Soul foods, what I press inside for anybody in my kitchen trying to check the vibe, test the ride now. Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all, man. And you know what's crazy about that joint too is I wrote that joint for a verse that Tula Bree wanted me on at his sold out show in Nashville, man. He just gave me like this beat. It was nothing but horns.
Oh, really?
And I was like, all right, Bree. I was like, bet, but I got it, you know. And he was like, trust me, bro. Like you gonna rock with it when you get there. And I was like, okay, cool. And like I wrote to it, and obviously like I was just in a certain like atmosphere. You know, I was praying a lot. I was just trying to like just sit down and like concentrate on certain things that I was really dealing with at that time and how to speak on it positively, you know, and still just have like that raw image of like what it means to me to succeed, you know.
So is this part of the freestyle? Because it sounds like it. Yeah, I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Like you're the way you use your words.
Yeah.
In that and now it sounds like a continuation because it's your story as you just
For sure. Yeah.
you know showed us and so eloquently too. So
Yeah.
the way it's wordsmith
Yeah.
type of vibes.
Yeah.
But welcome to Beyond the Stage Live, the 14th Beyond the Stage Live that we have made it to. So let's hear it for Deuces. Come on, let's go, guys. I'm Andrew Eisler, and I host the show. We got Mike Heffron and John G down here doing the live stream and video. And we got some other video in the house as well. We got some people out here, you know.
Shout out to my boy Louie.
Yeah,
My
man.
boy.
Appreciate you guys being here, and appreciate you for tuning in for another amazing night, man. We're really excited for the conversation that's about to take place and the music and everything that's involved here. A lot of work is put into this, so appreciate you for tuning in and vibing with us. And everyone in the studio audience, thank you for being here as well and vibing with us in person. Yeah, appreciate you.
Appreciate Mahogany too for singing that song. I appreciate you so much, love.
Her voice, that voice.
It's gorgeous, right?
What? That came out of what? I was not expecting that. Man, that's pretty amazing. She's got an incredible voice, and her vibes is great as well. So
It's graceful.
Win-win, yeah. But before we do get started, I do want to go ahead and give our sponsors some shout-outs because, I mean, without them, this isn't possible on the level that we would love it to be and how we like it. So first off, I want to give a huge shout-out to Mayor Law, Jackie Mayer of Mayor Law. She is a criminal defense attorney. If you have any problems, anything, she may be your solution. So you can go to the front of the room and scan the QRs that are by the canvases, and if you need any help, she'd be the one to talk to because she's a wild one, but she's a great one. She's a great lawyer, and she's doing great work and getting involved with music, which is what we love. So Jackie Mayer, shout out to you. Next up, we got Kelly's Cleaning Service. Owner is Kelly Weber. If you need your house done, if you need your business cleaned, if you need your apartment, doesn't matter how gross and disgusting it may be, she'll take care of it, no judging. She does clean for a reason, so she donates clean. She's really amazing, and her work is top tier. So Kelly's Cleaning Service, Kelly Weber, shout out. Next up, we got Threadworks, owned by Wes Weber. He will print anything you need printed for merch. He prints for schools. He does stitching. He does everything. He does hats. He will do any kind of work you need. So if you need anything made for your band, your artistry, your school, any project, Threadworks, owned by Wes Weber, hit him up. And then next up, we got The Native Brand.
Woo, woo.
founded by Jay Banks, and I'm a partner in there, Andrew Eisler. So we're both doing our thing at Native on the Levee. So come to Newport on the Levee and check out our store. And we do a podcast every Tuesday night. We had a really interesting podcast this week, but I'll talk about that a little later. But shout out to the Native brand and Jay Banks.
Shout out to Jay Banks, man. That's
yeah,
my guy.
man. Yeah, that's how we were introduced, actually.
Yeah.
We'll get into that as well later on. And then finally, I want a huge shout out for the plants that we have on the stage here. Leaf
Shout
and
out
Limb.
to Mother Nature.
Yes, we're jamming with the living. Remember that.
Bet.
And Leaf and Limb on the Levee. So feel free to go to their store right on the levee, right by Native, and you can buy yourself a plant. You can actually buy these plants off me if anyone is interested. I am selling them. So, yeah, so Leaf and Limb on the Levee. Shout out to Olivia. She's huge. She really helps me get everything in order, and huge shout out to Olivia. So Leaf and Limb on the Levee. We got Mayor Law, Kelly's Cleaning Service, Threadworks, the Native brand, and Leaf and Limb on the Levee. And a huge shout out to Madison Theater for having us here. It's huge that we can do this each month. And a huge shout out to the staff, Ryan, Rye, everyone that's a part of the squad. Appreciate you, and Madison Live. So yeah, without further ado, we're gonna get onto the show and we're gonna talk our life experiences and a little bit more. So while we're here on Jay Banks and the Native brand, how we met, how did you get introduced to? Because like we met through that, but how did you originally get connected with Jay and the Native brand?
So I was in the midst of producing the first episodes of the Art of series that I have with Cincinnati Public Radio and NPR.
Yeah, yes.
And so I was just trying to figure out who I wanted to interview, and I think someone had brought up Native brand, and I was like, Native brand, like why have I heard of that place before? And they told me it's in Newport, so I went up there, and as soon as I went up there, I was just like in awe. Like I couldn't believe like what I was seeing. Like I felt like I went into a whole new world. It just didn't. It like the store itself didn't feel real.
Well, thank you. I'd love to hear that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
No,
awesome.
it was tight, man.
Yeah. That's awesome.
And so like I sat down and where I just I kind of just scoped the area. Looked at the merch, looked at all of like the little small like gadgets that were in there, and finally went up to this guy who had an eye patch on, and I was like, all right, like this just keeps getting crazier and crazier.
Right. Where does it end?
Yeah. And I talked to him, man, and we just started chopping it up, and we realized, like Jay and I realized right away that we were too creative, like pirates, that were like we're ideators, like all we do is just think of ideas, and like our conversation went on for like 3 hours. Like I was there at that store for a long time. I mean, 3 hours probably exaggerating. I was probably there for like 2 hours, but I know I was longer there.
Time isn't real in that moment. You're just there. Like,
yeah,
it's just.
I was there for a long time, and
that
like,
place is like a casino, man. You can't even because we're way back from the window. You can't even tell how long you've been in the store sometimes.
Yeah.
No,
it was cool, man. But we started talking. I told him about what I wanted to do, like the idea that I had for his episode. And like I had a team, and like I couldn't wait to show them this experience that he's showcasing for immersive for interactive retail.
Yes.
Which is what you trademarked, I assume, right?
Yeah. I came up with that I was just wanted a store that you could interact with a store for more retail, and that was where it came to be.
And that's crazy too, because like we didn't even ask you anything about interactive retail. We were like, dude, this is interactive retail. And then like later on, after the episode of release and stuff, you told me, you're like, dude, I trademarked that. I was like, what?
Yeah. We had to
this whole time I didn't release the episode and you didn't tell me that. Like, I didn't.
Well, I saw it pop up and I was like, oh wow, he's using. That's so awesome. I told you, I was like, he's using interactive retail, and he's like, isn't that so cool? And I was like, yeah, that's super. I didn't know the dynamic. I just know when it came to be when we first created the lab. And I was like, all right, well, because that's the second store. That's the second lab. Yeah, the first one is where it first came to be.
Right.
And I just was walking around, and me and him were, after the lab was created, and I was like, man, we need to put some clues. We need to put some things. They need to find it. We don't want to be obvious. We don't even want to tell people unless we really need to get down to it, because we want people to find it organically.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's organically grown. That's
and they do.
They do. They do.
I was just telling my guy Stunner from Nashville about like the experience, and it's a place that he needs to pop into whenever he gets a chance. But You know? Yeah, no, it's
Yeah,
I love the place.
and I didn't know that's awesome. I didn't realize any of that. I thought you guys had known each other for a long time. Like I'm learning right now, basically. So
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't know any of that. I just knew, when I met you, which was pretty short after that, I guess. It had
Yeah.
been quick like, that you guys had met. Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
know. And then you shot that music video in there,
Yeah.
into the lab, which that video is sick.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Me and Jay Banks literally met the first time I went in there to speak on him on the Art of series. So like all the
the
whole
same time.
relationship like was built upon like my idea of just showcasing like what you guys created because I felt like you guys deserved it once I realized like what I was getting into, you know. And then so just so happened to be like the best episode. Like people loved that episode.
That's
They
awesome.
literally love that episode. Like that's everyone's favorite episode.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
that. Give me the feels. Thanks, man. That's awesome.
dude, of
Appreciate
course.
you. Seriously, dude.
Of course.
Yeah, it was. That was a product of the pandemic. The lab was. We were at home. Or we were at the store when the world basically was shut down back in March of 2020, and
Yeah.
me and him were just sitting there, and it was just a conversation of what do we do when the world. What happens now? How do we promote? And I was just, well, what do you have to release when
Right,
the
right.
world opens back up? And he showed me the mad scientist stuff that he had showed me before, but we hadn't talked too in depth about it. And then he showed me that, and then the lab was created at that point forward, and we hand painted, we hand rolled the very first one, and then the Levy owners, they came when they found out about it, because keep in mind, this is a pandemic. No one is coming on the levee. No one's going anywhere. Everyone's not even wearing masks at this point, really, because it had just started that quickly. You know what I mean?
Right.
Everyone was still confused. But once they found out we had created the lab, they flew in from Atlanta. They came in, they met with us, and then at that point forward, interactive retail was created, and since then, we're 3.5 years in that space now, and it's been surreal. That's the best word I can say. It's just crazy just to think that every day someone comes in and says it's the coolest clothing store that they've ever been in, and every time I hear it, it never gets old.
Yeah, man.
I'll
no,
be real.
it is-
It's a great feeling. But at the same time, we just continue pushing it. We're always just updating. We still podcast every week. The podcast is just as important as the store, you know. So
Yeah.
we love what we do. And I love that that's how we were introduced. I had no idea, and I'm
yeah,
learning
man,
something.
that's how it started.
That's awesome, man.
That's how
Cool.
it started, man.
So let's go to how it really started. How did you get to the point to be making these Art of series? Because you're making music, you created Art of series, which is a separate thing. Because obviously, there's more than just the interactive retail one. There's other ones, correct?
Yeah, there's the Art of Deuces, obviously, which talks about like my experience and why
Okay.
I'm doing it. So it's the pilot episode. So that explains to you about, you know, my art within music and entertainment, from emceeing for the Cincinnati Reds to, you know, now emceeing for UC football and basketball, to like my drive through music, and you know my transformation within the you know the music world, from doing musicals and you know writing songs for other people, obviously, you know, just rap in general, which is my heart and soul. You know, just being inspired by what it is to be in the world of music and entertainment.
You said musicals?
Yeah, I've done
Musicals.
so let me
Let's step on that.
so
Step on
hold
that
on,
real quick.
so
Yeah,
this is really kind of how it all came into
yeah.
play.
Interesting. Yeah.
So obviously, and then I have the other one with Lex Nicole, which is the art of curating too, which we talk about her experience well
Very
when
cool.
it comes to curating events.
cool.
But the Art of series came into play when. So I did a musical for Playhouse in the Park called The Edge of Town, and The Edge of Town was basically about like the aftermath of the riots and that happened in 2020, and how we as a people can learn from the generations before us, and how we can take the conversations in these extreme avenues that we take for social justice and apply it to our dinner tables at the end of it all. Because at the end of it all, at our dinner tables or at home, like that's where we have the conversations with. Like that's where we're having our conversations.
Yeah. That's where it happens on
and-
the daily. Yeah.
And the issue is that most suburban neighborhoods don't have those conversations when they get back home. So all of the fight happens downtown, but it never happens back at home where they are. And it just so happened that where I'm from, where I graduated from, Wyoming, beautiful, like gorgeous suburban neighborhood, very old, you know, Victorian houses, like old money, but still has poor like streets and areas within it. Just so happens to have one of the first African American schools in Cincinnati, and I was raised on that street, and it's called
Okay.
Oak Avenue. So one of the streets, the street itself holds the school, which is now a municipal building for, you know, the community, and the community of Wyoming itself. But there's like a plaque right there that speaks upon how this used to be the African American school before segregation was canceled and stuff. And so, you know, when you start to recognize those certain things, you start to realize that there's a level of communication that's not happening in these towns that you thought were progressive. Now, granted, Wyoming is a progressive town, but it's not as progressive as you want it to be.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
I felt like, why not bring the fight, but more into a, I would say more tangible, digestible manner, which is why I created it in a musical form, to Wyoming, so that these people in my town that I grew up with can digest this information that they so-called support. You know,
Okay. Yeah.
because if you
yeah.
support a community, then you'll change your surroundings about it. You know, for it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I felt like Wyoming needed to change that. You know, if they were going to support, you know, the black community, why not like showcase the fact that there's a school here that you haven't told any of the kids about in high school or middle school or elementary. And so they started doing those changes after the musical came out.
So you shed
Um,
light on it. Shedding
yeah.
light. I mean, that's huge.
Yeah, no, I mean,
That's
I
amazing.
I was raised on a street that was built from black people that no one knows about. You know, Oak Avenue was built from the African American community that Wyoming doesn't speak about. That, and I think not Pendry, but there's like there's another street that like leads out of Oak Avenue, that's closer to the high school, that was also built from black people. And then like you find this out through history. You know, so I had someone from the Freedom Center that I did this experience with, Mr. Westmoreland, who passed away a couple years ago. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
And yeah, you know, he was someone that I talked to throughout the whole like musical. My mom was on the musical to speak upon like being a single mother as a black person, in a wealthy neighborhood, like wealthy, safe neighborhood, and like the struggles of what it's like trying to raise a kid going through these circumstances. You know, and the whole nine, man. So I wanted to shed light of, you know, the importance of just understanding the culture of my community and how my culture can represent themselves by understanding the generations before them. And it just so happened that we had a walk one time throughout the whole musical inside Wyoming, and NPR, or Cincinnati Public Radio, who runs NPR, was there, and Spectrum News was there, and they went through this whole walk with us to do the musical experience, and they reached out to me to connect with them, and CPR wanted to do a podcast.
Oh.
And they were like, hey, like, we love your musical. We think it's so dope. Like, we think it's great. Like, you have such a musical formation. Like, you're great at what you do. Like, we would love for you. Like, you have an amazing voice. We would love for you to be do a podcast, or create an idea with a podcast that has visuals on it. And I was like, I'm a musician, dude. Like, I'm not trying to do a podcast.
Yeah. Okay.
And like I almost kind of said it like that. I was like, yeah, I don't really think I'm like interested in doing a podcast, but I'm interested in collaborating visually. So maybe I can come up with an idea that brings what you need and what I love to do, and we mesh that together. And so I came up with the Art of series, which is like a docu-series that enhances the light on music and information.
It's brilliant.
itself.
It's brilliant.
Right.
When I saw the art, I've only gotten to see the interactive retail one. Obviously, you had a whole. They premiered it at Esquire.
Yeah, we got
That's
a sold out
awesome.
premiere at the Esquire.
It's
It was
amazing.
great.
Congratulations.
Thank
That
you.
is huge.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never heard of that kind of dynamic being released, and that kind of a dynamic. You know what I mean? So huge on you for that. That's,
Thank you, man.
Of course. At the same time, so how many total Art of series is there? How many of them are there? Or how many there going to be? I guess you could say too.
I mean, the first season's already out. People can watch it. They can go
Okay.
on my link. They can go on my link tree on my IG page, and on the link tree you'll see the Art of series like link, and you click it, and it takes you to the episodes.
Okay.
You can stream the music on Spotify and everywhere else, individual songs, and then on YouTube you can go on there and watch the episodes as well. But we also have a second season that's coming out next year too.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Cool.
there's 3 more episodes, and then hopefully we can get to a third season to really crank out some
So
of
there's
these
three
characters.
each. There's 3 each.
Yeah, each
Okay.
season has 3 episodes, and I would love
Okay.
for it to be more, but I think 3 is like a good like sweet spot right now because they're not long. Like the episodes aren't long.
Yeah. They're not long. That's
They're about 8 to 12 minutes, and you're getting the chunk of what you need from the artist or
Yeah.
like from the creative that we're interviewing,
Yeah.
and you get a chunk of like the music that you're trying to hear at the end to showcase and represent the musician, or not the musician, but the creative that we're interviewing.
It's very cool.
Yeah.
Well, if you ever want to do an art of Beyond the Stage live, I wouldn't say no. You know what I mean?
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah, something. But outside of that, you do so many things. Let's just highlight that real quick. That's what's really standing out to me is the amount of hands that, because you only have 2 hands, right? But you're in like 10 different avenues. I mean, we're going to get into the Reds and the Bearcats soon, but where does the creative outlet, where does it stem from? Like I know like the start of it, I'm sure with the music, but where does the drive come from for you to be like, all right, well this is done, I'm going to go on this or work these simultaneously? What is your driving factor in your head when you're starting to create something? Music or just art of series, or just because passion has got to be one, but there's someone can have passion, right? But to have the brain enough in the mind to put it all out and be able to see it and to make it happen and to execute it and to make it high quality in order for a place like Esquire to host it, that takes some serious will, passion, and an X factor. What is that X factor?
Grit.
Grit.
Sure.
Grit. That's a key word all day. Grit. I love it.
I digest a lot of information.
I can relate.
But I concentrated on the information obviously that I want to take in after taking in a lot, and and I almost like expanded. Like I'm just a huge sponge when it comes to information and visuals. So I'm inspired by a ton of things. I watch a ton of stuff. I listen to a ton of music. Like I grew up with listening to everything, and I'm not just saying like everything from hip hop and R&B. I mean everything, like everything.
What was the first artist that you got into?
I mean honestly, like oldies. Like I would listen to a ton of oldies that I would listen, with my grandparents. I think Tupac and DMX were one of like the 2 big like rap artists that I think really like that I tapped into, and it's kind of bad because like DMX does not play that shit. You know what I mean? Like DMX is heavy, and then Tupac's obviously heavy too, but he really touched my heart when it came to like his drive to communicate with the black community. But I really tapped in a lot into the R&B world and into the rock world. Like I love punk rock, I love regular rock and classic rock. I listen to a lot of just like alternative music. I love instruments. I like my favorite instrument was the drums, but I never got to play it. So I remember realizing that I lost a dream on being able to play the drums. So I was like, well, what else am I gonna do to like drive this music force that keeps like triggering in my mind? And I think that was all intuitive as a kid to figure it out. But yeah, man, I just
It's cool.
when it comes to a lot of these ideas, man, I'm just inspired by a lot of stuff, and I'm inspired by how art shapes into different things a lot of times.
Yeah.
I think one of the biggest things that one of the big quotes that someone said is, nothing, like I think nothing's ever original, right? So art is stolen. And it doesn't mean, to me, it doesn't mean to go out and steal art.
Like a thief, yeah.
I think to me it's like, all right, like you see it, now if you enjoy the idea, like take the idea and like mess with it a little bit. Like what could you, like, do you see yourself doing that? Now, what could you see different, or what could you see like that's a branch of it that could be something new? Because, and I think that's my favorite thing to do when I see things that I'm inspired by, because I never want to limit myself because of trying to find something brand new. I see myself and I go, I love music videos, but like, dang, like I wish there was a story before the music video. you know, or like I love documentaries,
I see.
but like
Okay.
dang, like we watch documentaries, but there's no like rhythm to it. Feel me? So when I created the Art of series, I was like, I want more rhythm to this stuff. Like documentaries to me are so boring sometimes, but they give out great information. So how do I apply more rhythm to it? You know, it's stuff like that. Like you see what's happening, so how do you go? Like what's it missing?
What's it missing?
Like
Yeah.
what could I do like that to like apply to my own career, but like make it me? You know? Yeah, man.
You're influencing me over here. I'm like thinking that like,
Yeah.
and that's kind of how I view it too. Though I feel it as, first off, I'm like, I like an idea. I'll see something out in the world, and I'm like, all right, well, how would I change this, or how would I adjust this, or elevate this to make it my own? And
Right.
what do I want to see for my own? Like, what do I want to
Right.
see? So I just try to
Right.
create what I want to see. That's this show, for example. I wanted to see a show where we're on a stage having a conversation where you can have a guest, because we can have as many guests up here as we'd like. Obviously, you had someone feature in a song, but like there's no real rules to it. It's our show. We're putting on the event, and
Right.
it is. And we're curating. We've got live stream people. We have recordings. So how can we put a whole entire thing together where there's a studio audience, there is people that are able to watch the show, be a part of the show. Speaking of being a part of the show, if you go to the front of the venue, anyone in the studio audience, there are Q&A cards, and then there's a handbill that'll tell you about the artists that are featured on tonight, which is Deuces. And we were supposed to have Sauce Boy K, but he's actually having issues getting back from New York right now to be able to showcase his art. Yeah, shout out Sauce Boy. Appreciate you, man. We'll see you. We'll get you on another Beyond the Stage live and get you out here selling your pieces, because his stuff is amazing. At the end of the day, he's been a part of a lot of things with Native as well. So it's awesome to have him around in the city and everything that Sauce Boy's doing. So we'll have him on the future. But we love to have artists. This is art. It's created by artists. We're artists. Everyone that does this are artists. I mean, we got a vision, but we really want to take it way further than we have. We just have to climb the ladder and go up this hill as we have for 14 of these now. We've done 14 months worth of BTS lives, and I just feel like we're just getting started. But it is shifting. It's changing over time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm seeing things kind of filter in, and I'm just trying to pivot every step of. We've got a new interview series coming in November, so be on the lookout on the social media for a new Beyond the Stage universe is what I'm calling it. Beyond the Stage universe. So we're going to do everything in that universe will be different.
I like that.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you, yeah. But with that being said, now that you're in the Beyond the Stage universe and a part of it, where do you think that your future is going with music? Now, the Art of Series, but music itself, because you bring music up more than anything. I mean, you work with the Reds, you work with the UC Bearcats, you work with a lot of strong entities, and you're very busy, but it just comes back to music every time you speak. So that is fascinating to me. Where's your future going? Where's your vision at?
You know, I wanted to I know what city I'm in. You know, I know what type of city I'm in.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, you have these big cities out here in the States that really support musicians, not only venue-wise or, you know, crowd-wise in those supports. I mean, like, logistically, like, they support them to succeed. Cincinnati, it's very tough for Cincinnati to succeed through the musicality world. And a lot of the artists that are from here a lot of times end up going out to succeed, and it's very like heartbreaking sometimes. But you once you recognize it, you're like, okay, like I kind of get it.
Yeah.
You know, and granted, like
Yeah.
I love Cincinnati. Cincinnati's like I love my city like wholeheartedly. Like this is my place. Like I love it. But I understand. I understand what city I'm in. So I had to figure out
The market, for sure. The market.
The market.
The market, for sure. I mean, I've heard it be called the spider web before. When I was out west, they called Cincinnati a spider web because a lot of artists aren't able to make it out of here. They could get really large in the market here, but breaking through is a tough sell. it's very hard for a lot of artists. So that's why they do have to venture out, you know?
Yeah. So when I recognized like how the city really operated, I really tried to really started just tapping in to different um, programs and companies and how I could bring value to them while still keeping the integrity of my craft as a rapper and as an artist.
I love that. Yeah.
And so that's why I started tapping in because I knew that there was a way to make money out here. I just needed to figure out the best way because I just the showbiz here in the city isn't as great as it would be in Nashville, you know.
Yeah.
So I knew I needed to find a different outlet on how to progress my way into still being an artist and having to be lucrative, or else the dream would just go away, and I just didn't want that to happen.
Yeah.
So
From a career to just a hobby. A lot
yeah,
of the
and
times,
so
you know what I mean?
so
Yeah.
that's why I took my voice and amplified it to being an MC, to being on TV, for the TV series, to doing musicals, to like supporting with programs and stuff. And for the future, man, I just been on a certain spill right now with myself on just really reconnecting with myself solo wise. Man, I've been doing a lot of collaborations with people and just connecting with people, and I think that I haven't really been uh, you know considerate for myself, and I think that that's really starting to hit hard. um, and I'm starting to allow that to be a thing, to allow it to hit hard and learn how to be selfish at this point. I mean, there's one thing my mom always told me, man. She was like, it's okay to be selfless, but it's never okay to not be selfish. She was like being.
Yeah. Let's hear it.
She was.
For the louder and for those in the back.
She told this to me and my sister one day in the kitchen before I graduated, and it didn't register because I'm not like, I never want to be selfish to somebody, but it's just important, man, to just give that time to yourself and
Yeah.
to really like apply all of the energy that you might want to give to someone else, but to yourself, and it's
You can help others when you're able to help yourself further, because if you can get
Yeah.
further, you can bring everybody
yeah,
up to speed. You know what I
can
mean?
bring the best version of yourself to
Yeah,
them at the end
exactly.
of the day.
You know, when a plane's going down, they say the first thing you do, put your mask on yourself.
Yeah.
And then you can help everybody else, right?
Yeah,
If you put
yeah.
everyone else's mask on,
Yeah,
you
how
might
are you-
suffocate, you might help someone else.
Before you
but
can even help anyone else.
Exactly. So you got to help yourself and keep yourself fulfilled so you can help fulfill others. If your cup isn't full, how are you going to give anyone else any liquid? You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
I just think
and-
that's important.
And that's my thing, man. I want to make sure that my cup's filled. I think my cup's pretty half, more than half empty right now. And granted, man, like I'm an entertainer, man. You'll never know when I'm upset. Like you'll never know like when I'm like down and out. Like I'm just such an optimistic person that you can never tell like if he's like my life, my experience, what I give out to the world is always gonna look rich. Like intuitively, like authentically, like realistically, like people are just gonna look at me and be like, oh, he's got a rich life. But you'll never know because I don't want you to know. I don't want you to know what's going on in my life. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
you're every time I met you, it's always been the same,
Yeah.
even keel
Yeah.
the entire time.
Yeah.
And I never think one way or the other. I just know I know he's busy. It's like I just know he's
Yeah,
busy.
yeah.
That's at the back of my mind. He's busy, so this time is precious because he's got to be, in so many different places at once because obviously other people are going to need your assistance because you're a curator. So when you're a curator, others are wanting to help, but they have to have you part of
And
things.
see, that's where it cuts off right now, though, because that my point is that the selfish part of me needs to recognize that I need to just curate for myself.
Okay, yeah.
You see what I'm
I
saying?
see what you're saying. Yeah,
and,
yeah, yeah.
And in order for me to make that to hit that next ladder, I have to do that because or else I won't be where I want to be as a musician. I'm already in a certain plane here in the city, and I thank God for the city, like seeing me for that. But if I don't, like, the most important thing is music because everything that I've gathered from this point on is because of the root of music. I would not be an MC. I would not be doing the art of series. I would have not done the musicals. I would have not been traveling anywhere if it wasn't for music. So at the end of the day, music is the core root to the reason why I am successful. So in order for that to continue to be successful, I have to water that root, water those seeds, instead of watering someone else's seeds and roots to be successful. You know what I mean?
So let's water right now and have you play some music. How about that?
What'd you say?
Play some music. Let's play some
play some
songs.
music. Oh, okay,
Let's put some water on these plants, man. Let's go.
Yeah.
We used to play some. Let's play some jams, and we'll get back to it in the next section of talking.
Let's do
You're talking about some music. I'm ready to hear it.
Yeah, let's do and what? How much time do we have, man? I just want to make sure I know what we're doing.
I'll let you know we're good.
With.
We're good.
We're good. Okay.
We're good. Just
let me. I'm gonna do. I gotta go to the bathroom first.
That's cool.
But then let me I'm gonna do "Pride Is the Devil."
That's cool.
I like.
Yeah, I'll touch base on the sponsors while you're doing it.
Okay, bet.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, guys, appreciate you guys for being here and listening to us talk about his life and everything he's doing. It's pretty amazing to see someone out there that's putting themselves out there like they are. There's so many people out there that are maybe afraid or intimidated by situations that aren't willing to do that, but that's inspirational right there if I've ever heard it. You know what I mean? As one curator to another, it's pretty amazing to see what he is doing and what he's doing in our community and all the impact he's making. And we're trying to make an impact on our own, and without our sponsors, we would not be able to do that. So another quick, Mayor Law, Kelly's Cleaning Service, Threadworks, the Native Brand, Leaf and Limb on the Levee. Really, I really want to encourage you guys to check out each one of those companies because the owners are incredible. Every single one of them are a powerhouse on their own. Anyone in the room right now, before you leave, please scan the QRs on the canvas at the front of the room and please check out what they've got going on. Even if you're not in the market for it, you might know someone that's like, hey, they really need their house cleaned. They really need their business cleaned. They really need something done, a merch line dropped. They might want to be on a podcast. They can reach out to me and we can get them on to talk about whatever their craft is. We talk about all sorts of different topics at the Native Brand. We call it Native TV. We call it the powwow. So you can sit down and you sit on the couch and we have a conversation for a couple hours. We'd love to have anyone on, any of the creators in this room. We got some videographers. We got some photographers. We have models in the building. We got people that have a lot going for them, and we'd love to hear about it. And as Shakespeare says, all the world's a stage. So we like to treat it that way, and you're more than welcome to come on our stage and talk about your craft, and that's what it's about. We are creators and we are artists, but we are here to support the arts, even if we're not making it. And at the end of the day, it's all about love. It's all about us doing what we love, inspiring others to do what they love, and shedding a little shine on things that they love. You know what I mean? Giving them that 15 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour of fame. You know what I mean? We're beyond 15 seconds. We're trying to give people time and a place to speak on what they're doing because this world is so complex. We live in such a complex universe. And if someone's out there getting up every single day, you don't know what they're dealing with. And if they're willing to go out there and create for others to see it and may not even get in the right shine, but they're doing it anyways, I think that deserves all the credit, man. So me as Andrew, one person in this room, I'm just trying to create something on my own with my guys, Mike and John and everyone else that's a part of it. We got Dan taking photos. We got some amazing people that are doing stuff. So appreciate you all. Appreciate anyone that's a part of it or has been a part of it or any of the artists that are now part of the Beyond the Stage universe. Because if you're ever a part of the show or you're a guest or you're forever guest listed on any one of our events. So if you ever want to perform and you want to be guest listed, that's how you do it. And at the same time, beyond that, we've got more coming in 2025. So we're about to drop a new interview series. We're about to do more shows, more events, spread out through the city. So we are ready to expand, and we're excited about it. But we do have a couple more months of Beyond the Stage Lives left, so which I'm excited about. We got one in November, which will be November 21st, and then December, which will be December 19th. And we'll announce everything with those when those time comes. But, yeah, man, I appreciate everyone being in the studio audience right now. And anyone watching online, thank you for tuning in because you're also a huge component of this. This is live streamed. Every event we do is live streamed. We record it all. We coverage. We are journalists. We are here to give the people what they may not know they want. That's the goal at the end of the day. And we got plants. So if you like plants, we jam with the living. Don't forget that. But I'm excited to see what Deuces has in store for us because we're going to talk about all sorts of stuff today. And we're just going to really just get to know the art of Deuces, man. Like, he has a whole series that he does, and I think that's amazing. I think it's incredible that someone is out there like himself that's just creating something, and he's just shooting a shot, and it's clearly sticking. There are people that are really looking forward to his stuff. I'm looking forward to it. I know I'm one, and me and Jay Banks have talked about the art of interactive retail, which he covered our store, which was super cool. He shot a music video inside the lab. I don't know if anyone here has been inside the lab, but if you haven't, go to Newport on the Levee, go right to the gallery area, find Native, and walk up to that 7-Up machine, and the portal awaits. Because when you get in there, you know, when you come out, I like to say, welcome back to reality, because that is what it feels like. And we're just the type of people that just want to keep going and just do our thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. Hey, you're good, man. We're about the jam. I'm ready.
Yeah. My bad.
Let's go.
Yeah.
No worries. Let's get the roll.
Do you want me to use this mic or this mic? Does it matter? Okay, bet. Just do. You could do "Pride is the Devil." I'm gonna go ahead and run that up real quick.
Yeah. Yeah. Pride is the devil. I think you gotta hold on. Pride is the devil. Whoa, yeah. I think you gotta hold on me. Pride is the devil. Oh, yeah. I think you gotta hold on me. Pride is the devil. Yeah. Until the devil met me. I told him take the wheel, motherfucker, like it's ride or die. I look into the mirror like it's you and I. For all you pussy niggas better move aside. This is why I'm still alive, yeah. I told her take the wheel, motherfucker, like it's ride or die. I look into the mirror like it's you and I, yeah. All you pussy niggas better move aside. This is why I'm still alive. Alright, the Deuces in this bitch, and it's a state of an emergency. They say they want the best, but they about to get the worst of me. 10 out of 10, first try, I do it perfectly. They gave me one job, now I got the job to work for me. It's over, B. Plan A to get the shit up overseas. Non-believers say a lot, but now they gotta fuck with me. Life is what you feed, but what you want is what you supposed to see. Hit the drug game with some dopamine, cause really, I'm just up here at the White House and I know just where my seat is. Never talking money over drink, that ain't the business. Lot of eyes watching, but nobody claiming witness. And I'm preaching to the choir, hallelujah, thank you Jesus, yeah. I am still the greatest, Billie Jean, I'm about to beat it, yeah. Tripping over followers, you need to get a leader, yeah. The world love the judge, so I'm handing out subpoenas. And I'm always on the go, so holla back though when you see me like, pride is a devil, yeah. I think they gotta hold on. Pride is the devil. Whoa, yeah. I think you gotta hold on me. Pride is the devil. Oh, yeah. I think you gotta hold on me. Pride is the devil. Yeah. Until the devil met me. I told her take the wheel, motherfucker, like it's ride or die. I look into the mirror like it's you and I. For all you pussy niggas better move aside. This is why I'm still alive, yeah. I told her take the wheel, motherfucker, like it's ride or die. I look into the mirror like it's you and I. For all you pussy niggas better move aside. This is why I'm still alive, yeah. Never announced, smoking an ounce, family committed to earning the dividends. People be talking like dividends, him and niggas be capping the sick of just spitting and popping and saying it like I remember it to the blank side. Let me feeling that like big bro with a shotty at. Too much hard, I'm have a heart attack with the whole game in a body bag. Firebird with a Pontiac, real shit where the money at. Small circle cul-de-sac, this is where the money's at. A lot of confidence here, I'm asking J. Cole where the dolly at. I realize what the problem at, but peace is not the antidote. They just want to be a part of it like it's a cameo. Broadcast nationwide, homie, I'm the radio. See, pride knows it ain't my fault. She throwing off her pantyhose and soap. Entertainment, I'm a product of my enemies. Gotham predecessor, dog night, drinking Hennessy. Practice every Sunday, yes, I do this shit religiously. Flow put imported like the spices back from Sicily, This shit is history, don't hit me cause I'm black, bitch. Get my head fitted, yeah, I'm working with some hat tricks. Folks on the court want to judge me on my last shit. I'm way too gone, yeah, I'm pressing on the gas, bitch. Yeah, I think you got a hold on me. Pride is a devil. Oh, I think you got a hold on me. Pride is a devil. Yeah, I think you got a hold on me. Pride is a devil. Yeah, until the devil met me. Yeah,
So Andrew, am I allowed to do a few more songs? All right, let me do Problem. That's cool, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Shout out to my boy The Rise, man.
I'ma need you to burn one, burn one, burn one, burn one, burn one.
Yeah,
Burn,
yeah.
burn one. Look.
Look, see, I'm a problem, counting on my decimals. I can see your eyes are looking skeptical, so let me fix it. A bunch of bartenders in the game trying to witness, applying pressure with my pen, but I'm at an interest. A lot of y'all claiming throwing heat, but nobody pitching. See, I can't go MIA, cause I can tell what's missing. It's me, and communication is key. I'm networking with the money to a different degree. See, I'ma need them and you to move aside. See, my drive is like a two-door, no room to ride. Now look alive, bomb flow. There's no time to die. Ask my brother Rod.
Real niggas recognize.
Yeah. So take this shit advice, smiling cause it ain't as nice. Shocking, ooh, hold the guys. A piece of mind is hard to bite. A quiet taste is what I'm talking about. So when they say my name, I seem to stack up larger amounts. That's why I
Talk shit and raise the roof.
life is short, so my mind is bulletproof. Talking about, oh, he can rap, get good, oh, he got one. I just came to prove that I'm a motherfucking problem. Like I don't take any no's for an answer. Bouncing in this like a Black Panther. Talking about, oh, he can rap.
Be a goon, we got one. I just came to prove that I'm a motherfucking problem.
Ooh, I got it wrapped like a wristband on your blind side like Hitman. Left paw when I switch stands. I see you hating from a distance. I heard God and I'm a Christian, wishing. Wait, hold up. This is the job, cutting up everyone's line. White tux at the prom, bitch, I'm a don. Ladies should know that my magic is charm. Brothers should never fit over my arm. Gripping the glow, squeezing the heat that you got and sweating it out of my palms. Yeah. Now ring the alarm, everybody get out of my way. Pop off, I've been ready to play. Touchdown, then I make a parade. One touch, I can make a whole wave. Doing this till I'm hitting the grave. What I am is everything that you crave. The reason why I just gotta behave. Whoa, like whoa. Whoa, got me saying, whoa, Nelly. I said they better let me in, but they won't let me. A family full of chefs, I came to feed my whole belly. I break this bitch in half and split it like a whole deli. Like, let me snipe, get my scope right. Red eye, got them tucked in before the daylight. See, I need a girl who's a 10, rocking with a 10, so I can share my precious gems when I'm up in the gym. See, I'm black and I'm proud, no, I'm black and I'm brown. No scheme for the beat, cause I needed a crown. I'ma surf through these waves just to get to the crowd and drop the mic on you hoes to shut this shit down, nigga.
Talk shit and raise the roof.
Yeah, life is short, but my mind is bulletproof. Talking about, oh, he can rap, he a goon, oh, he got one. I just came to prove that I'm a motherfucking problem. Like I don't take any no's for an answer. Bouncing in this like a Black Panther. Talking about, oh, he can rap, he a goon, oh, he got one. I just came to prove that I'm a motherfucking problem. Yeah. You can find out all that shit on Spotify. You already know where to find me, man. This is what it is. How many songs can I do? Can I do one more? For real? Sheesh. Let me do Easterland and Bubblegum. Yeah. Hey, yeah. Look, this that Easterland and Bubblegum. Type of bitch that's on some Spice Girls with a tight fit like where you coming from. Roll up when I'm rolling one. Check up what's the done and done. Yeah, you know I'm up to some and I just tried to tell them this that.
Easterland and Bubblegum.
Ride.
Type of bitch that's on some
Ride.
Spice Girls with a tight
Ride.
fit like where you
Ride
coming
with me
from.
now.
Roll up when
Ride
I'm
with me
rolling
now.
one. Check up what's
Ride
the
with
done
me
and done.
now.
Yeah, you know
Yeah.
I'm up to some and I just try
Look,
to tell them.
in the back, pouring rum for the snare from the drum. It's a fact. Put my city on the map. Where I'm from, back seat with a peach on my lap, going dumb on my feet. I'm the one toting bullets, not a gun. We ain't shot, we ain't stunned. Or you thought I was done? Just because I logged up doesn't mean I ain't on. Check the clock or your phone or the block when I'm home. Just remember when you call me, better check your dial tone, cause we don't drop that. Try to take us over and they lost that. Mask off, homie, I ain't Rorschach. Open up your eyes and get a contact. Like here's a contact. I'm the artist painting pictures with the brush on my tongue though. I ain't got the time, it's when I exit the combo. Cincinnati Bengals, I ain't reppin' no Broncos. Come and check the team, yo, we live in a stronghold. Give me the cash and the stash and the mac and cheese. Taxing the fees while they bragging the feed. Like packing the weed in the back of the Jeep with some baddies for keys. But this dick ain't for free. But see, acting ain't cheap. So why you yapping at me? You can't at least get this heat from a different degree. I mean, fuck what you think. I mean, fuck what you see. Because no matter what, I'm a glad on the beat. Now reload. Just might be the hero. Keep it a down, keep it a kilo. Like what I cook is raw. I need a pre-roll. And every joint I'm lining up just got me thinking this that.
East Atlanta bubblegum.
Type of bitches home summer spice girls with a tight feel like where you coming from. Roll up when I'm rolling one. Check up this is done and done. Yeah, you know I'm up to something. I just tried to tell him this that.
East Atlanta bubblegum. Type of bitches home summer spice girls with a tight fit like where you coming from. Roll up when I'm rolling one. Check up this is done and done. Yeah, you know I'm up to something. I just tried to tell him.
Think we good. Think we good. Think we can sit down for a minute, right? Y'all like that joint?
Yeah, man, flow is crazy. That was, you just pop up there, just pop those vocals like it's nothing, dude. That's amazing. That's amazing.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
And your enunciation is so clear, and the way you wordsmith those, the words are just so flow. It just flows, and you just knock out words one after another, and everything just makes so much sense. And it's just it's a really nice package, man. You gotta go and you got it really put together really well.
I like that, man. It's a
Yeah.
nice package, man. I like that. I like that phrase.
Yeah, it's just
My
so
wordplay-
it's a whole thing. It's
My wordplay is a nice package.
yes, because you're basically
Like
delivering it
like
Yeah.
UPS expedited.
Exactly. And that's the thing is when you're creating music like you are, people want something that they can digest easily where they don't have to do a lot of work. You meet them 99% of the way, and that 1% is just them putting the headphones on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I think our attention spans are definitely different from what it used to be. And what's so funny about that, man, is I think I'm like embedded in every single like nature of like patience when it comes to music because I understand. Like I'm a lyricist at heart, but like I definitely understand niggas don't want to. Excuse me for niggas. I guess motherfuckers just ain't trying to hear that shit. Niggas, motherfuckers, whatever you want me to say, man. Like motherfuckers ain't trying to hear some shit sometimes, man. They just want to just hear you like rock. You know. Like sometimes women ain't trying to hear all them lyricists, man. They just want to like jam out and vibe.
They want to jam. They dance.
And
dance.
you know what I mean. And
yeah. Shake their ass.
they
Yeah,
want
right,
to shake
exactly.
ass. You feel me? So it's like I get it.
You got to balance the two. Music is beats, it is rhythmic, it is mathematical, but it also has a level of human emotion involved too. So you're not only just creating a beat to make someone feel a certain way with the rhythm, you're making them feel on the internal.
Music is an expression.
Music
man.
is
and,
very
and how you take the expression is how you apply it, right? That's really all it is at the end of the day. Like, you know how many ways you can express yourself? That's literally it. Like, there's nothing. You don't have to say anything else to it. It's, you can express yourself so many ways. So how are you going to express yourself in the song? And how do you want the audience to express themselves in the song? You feel me? Like that's really what it comes down to.
Yeah, and even to piggyback off your point, when you're expressing yourself, there is someone out there that will directly relate so much to your expression, and they may not have had the words or they may not be in the same headspace you're at, so you're giving them the outlet just through your outlet. Everyone's winning when you're creating, you know what I mean? And Anthony Kiedis said it from the Red Hot Chili Peppers, art is inherently nonviolent. Yeah. You know what I mean? When you're creating, you're not destroying.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that is huge too because you're creating someone's space. You're creating a safe space for someone because you're being authentic and you're also being vulnerable and allow someone else to come into your space and just go with it.
Vulnerability is the number one thing in music, man. And I think that, you know, as a fan who listens to other artists, but also being an artist, I understand that vulnerability is such like a smoky mirror thing because a lot of us don't recognize that an artist is being vulnerable sometimes. Or you know, I guess
Yep.
what I mean to say is I understand that a fan might not recognize that the artist is being vulnerable sometimes.
They don't see
You
it
know,
because they may not be creating like that.
well,
Yeah, too.
it's not even that.
Perspective.
I think that sometimes the music sometimes behind the message might not really correlate with the message itself.
Oh, I can't.
And that's just based upon like
Yeah.
what we're driving through these days.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's a song that I've been really tapping into with my girl recently called "Bread and Butter" by Gunna, and I rocks with it heavy. But if you really listen to what he's saying, like he's being vulnerable, man. Like this man really like got played to go to court and tell on his homeboy. And like expresses that, and it's like, dang, like, and he expresses that the fact that people use him for numbers, and like he just doesn't, he just like the song is called Bread and Butter, but he's also expressing to you that like there are people that will literally take advantage of you just for the bread and butter. Like you ain't nothing but a piece of material for these cats.
Yeah.
Like when
Yeah.
you got it,
Yeah.
like your value ain't nothing but food for them. And I was like, damn, man, like I rocks with this song. Like I rock, like I rock with it heavy.
That's so true.
And
That's
some
so
and
true.
sometimes people might not get it because it's such a vibe. Like you hear it and you like, man, they kind of with that bread and butter, yeah. And like you vibe with it, you like. You like
Hey.
you hear it and it's like that's fire, but like when you really hear what he's saying, it's like damn, like people really using this man, and he really expressed that, and I appreciate him as an artist being
He's
vulnerable that way.
created that. He's created the place for people to do that because he's so secure in himself. I believe if based on what I'm getting from that, like you have to be secure in yourself to be that vulnerable because when
And
you're
dude, he's famous.
well, famous doesn't necessarily mean that. There's a lot of famous people that aren't secure in themselves. They got the fame because of many different reasons. But when you're in music, you have to be so secure in the sense that you're going into a studio with a producer, with a situation where you're gonna be vulnerable. Now, every situation is different, but when you're in the studio, when you're behind that microphone, that is vulnerability and authenticity in every angle it is in that little moment, and it's time for you to execute it, make it your own, and then you know you're releasing it. Because if you release music for other people just because you know they're going to be liking it, that's one thing. But if you're releasing it for you and it just for yourself, others will feel it so much more deeply, man. It's because it's the human experience.
Yeah, you know what, and that's interesting, man, because you know I've had ideas on projects that I've really wanted to do, and you know I had this project, man, that I had been trying to put out for a long time. My brother Monty C knows about it, man. It's called Contact High, and I just haven't like I felt like he figured out the code to it before I did, but like I knew the code was there, but I just been so strained on really trying to bring back like this familiarity of like nostalgic but like relevant sound to but also being vulnerable with it, because I need people to understand that like we live in a time where when we go back to songs, like for some reason like we listen to new stuff, but we definitely go back to old songs, and like there's just something there where it's like, well, how do we bring that back but without it being like copied, you know?
Okay,
And you know, like how do I express my message from what I'm doing to make it almost seem like you're reliving a new experience that you felt before, but it's new because it's here and it's with me. So and him and I have had like conversations about it, man, and I just been trying to figure out the best way to tap in. I might need to move forward from it at this point.
Well, shout out to Monty C. Let's give Monty C.
But-
Benjamin a shout out there. That
but-
man can make some music. Let's just say that right. He's in the studio audience tonight. We're very honored to have him here, man. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
but I think the thing about I think for me, man, when it comes to it, is that I just really need to let go sometimes and be vulnerable and just really just not be so hard on myself when it comes to certain sounds, and just be like take this beat. Like there's one thing he did to me, man, where we were at his boy his freaking beat producer guy. I forget his name.
Monty, you want to come up here and talk about it?
No. Hold on. Oh yeah.
Come on up. Come
Actually,
on.
you can't come up. This is good. This is a good time.
Let's go.
This is a
Let's
good
let's bring him
transition.
up here. There's stairs right here.
His name's Arcane. That's what his name was. Yeah.
I got a microphone for you right here.
I got my guy Grogo in the lot.
Thanks for coming, guys.
Shout out to Grogo.
He's on every single one. He's My baby girl loves Baby Yoda, so we got Grogu on the stage with us on the couch
got some cups.
each time. Shout out to my baby Charlie. She's
He
not
up here
here this
turned,
evening,
y'all.
but my baby girl,
Deuces
she's out
up
there.
here
It's
turned.
trunk or treating. It's Halloween time. She's got to do her
Yeah,
thing. You know, she
man.
got to live her life.
I got to keep myself running, man.
Yeah,
like
bro.
A Red Bull.
But yeah, let's talk about this experience that you guys are speaking on right now.
So
Yeah.
it's just interesting, man, because I think that we have like these certain placements in our head where it's like this is the type of beat we got to go on. And I remember being at his homeboy Arcane's house. It was that track that we ain't never released yet. And he was like, bro, he was like, I heard the track and it started off crazy, and I'm like, oh, this about to be some soulful shit. And he looked at me, he was like, nah. He was like, nah, just wait. And it turned on, and I was like, what the fuck is this shit? He was like, nah, bro. Like, he was like, you got to get yourself out of that. He's like, just think about it, man. Just like get out of that and just like open your mind up a little bit and just ride with it. And I was like, all right, bet, you know. And I just rolled with it for a minute, and then it just clicked, you know. But the beat was so obscure compared to like how it started that like it was a learning lesson for me to go, all right, like you're so versatile, Deuce, and like you're so talented. Like you don't need to always just be on a certain beat. Like you have talent to be on any beat, and this proves it. And I think that was like it was almost like a subconscious thing that we were going through together, where he was like, "I'm gonna prove to you that you dope."
Oh yeah.
And we gonna get on here because if I'm dope, because if I'm gonna rock this, you gonna have to rock it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
I think Arcane always say that real air candy is coloring outside the lines. It's like misdirection.
Yeah.
And you think about like some of the most impactful hip hop records, like even the Far Side Passing Me By, the beat is done in reverse, and then they sung
Right.
forward.
Oh,
Right, you know what I'm
wow.
saying?
Whoa.
So the beat that it's funny. This record he's talking about starts with the a soul sample, and he reversed the sample, slowed it down, and added 808s to it. So it sounds unrappable upon listen, but I'm like, just trust that you can find the pocket and stop thinking about the traditional pocket. It's
okay.
pockets within the pocket.
And that joint crazy.
That is
Listen,
great.
That joint
and once he heard me rap, he said, "Oh, I get it now," and then he started going crazy.
Yeah.
That probably
yeah.
opened so many tools for you at that point.
Yeah,
Give me
Yeah, man.
mind expanding. You know.
That boy would jump out of airplane now. He don't care about nothing. He like, I trust you. Say,
Hey,
me up here.
But
Yeah,
you know, you're
bro.
coloring outside the lines, but you're still on the paper, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I
man.
mean? So you can color outside the lines. That's okay. The lines are set as a guideline, and then once you're out there and you're creating your own sketches outside that image, you got a whole new image to create. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah, and
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And the paper doesn't have to be white on the outside. It can be black, brown, gray, blue, purple, pink. You know what I mean?
But
Rainbow,
that's
man,
the level
rainbow.
of vulnerability though that I think is important, that I gotta remind myself, like, look, man, like you don't gotta find these special curated beats, like trust me, you can make something out of nothing, you know.
Yeah, man. And you wouldn't even listen if you just did the traditional way of doing it. You'd be like, all right, cool, I'm done. Let's move on. The fact that you had to
Yeah.
figure out how to do it made it more challenging. It made
Yeah.
it more worthwhile once you listen
Yeah.
to it.
Yeah.
Now every time you hear it, you like, man. You wait to see other people's reaction to the drop.
I
Like,
do.
Yeah,
I do.
exactly.
Yeah?
That's
Yeah,
that's the
that's
whole point.
awesome.
It's a joint, man. It's just one of them. Like it's one of them unexpected joints that you just wouldn't expect to go hard, and you're like, what in the fuck?
That's
man.
all-
We gotta put that out at some point. It ain't even attached to nothing. I might just put it out.
Yeah, man.
By
It's
itself.
unreleased.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
hasn't
it's
been
unreleased.
released.
Yeah, it hasn't
What?
been released yet. Yeah.
Come on.
We haven't
gotta-
even advertised that.
Nah.
That's the crazy thing. We just been sitting on that, and I just been looking at.
Nah.
I listen to that at least like every other month. Like, bruh.
Listen, we have enough records. We had to have a meeting and sift through the entire vault and be like, all right, you take these 12 songs, you take these 24 songs. We're gonna make an EP out of this. We gonna
Yeah.
it's a lot of songs.
Yeah, man, it's crazy.
That's incredible. The fact that you have so much material, but yet you still be going back to this song. You know what I mean? And we're talking about a song that's unreleased.
Yeah.
That's impactful, right? Because we're talking about things that are making you as an artist. You're talking about an unreleased track right now.
Yeah.
You're literally on a live stream right now. You're talking about an unreleased track. That's powerful in itself.
Yeah,
And
for
you
sure.
have no intention. There's no set date for it. It's just sitting in limbo right
Nah,
now. It's
y'all
sitting in
get
this
it 20
area, this gray area. We don't know when it's coming, right?
Yeah, y'all get it 2025 sometime. I don't
Okay,
know. Just
okay.
on a random Wednesday, like what?
Yeah,
New
dude.
Benji,
Right.
new dudes, oh,
Right.
like that.
Please, that would
Yeah,
be man.
sure.
And that's the beauty of what we're talking about here is because you're creating something that like I've never heard of someone doing something like that. I don't even know what to expect. I don't even know I can't even think about what it is. I can't wait just to on a blank slate, listen to this track, right?
Nah,
You know,
listen, bro. Being in a session with Arcane, what he said, just throw paint at the wall. And the things that he does in the session, like the closest thing I could say is like being with like No ID or like Mike Dean or like Rick Rubin. Because whatever you feel like a traditional studio session is, it's not that. Actually, to start the session, you don't record, you actually talk. Because he needs to understand where you are in order to give you the palette and the canvas for you to create. He can't just give you a beat and do you rap. Like, no.
Yeah,
and if the conversation don't go good, you don't record that day.
It's a whole conversation.
Okay.
I remember that too. We had a conversation about just past stuff, and obviously like just it was me learning, and then obviously like putting input on what we doing now. And he was like, I think I got a dope beat for y'all.
Yep.
And then Monty was like, oh no, do this one beat. And he's like, oh, I got you. Yeah, it was cool, man.
Dude, it's scary good.
Shout out to Arcane, man. He a beast. Thanks.
Appreciate you, man. Almost like I'm sweaty up here.
Can I get alcohol instead?
We need shots. Crown Apple and tequila.
I want a vodka Red Bull. It's in the car.
Hey, bro, she called it. I swear to God,
baby,
that's crazy.
But baby, I shouldn't I get a free drink?
yeah.
Well, just tell them that the drink's for Deuce. Well, I want 2 drinks, I guess.
Hey, yo,
Get 2 drinks.
that's crazy.
So I wanna kind of touch base on Monty's kind of angle in this. So when you guys connected and you guys decided to go in the studio together, how did that conversation go?
Man.
Bruh.
Because
Wait
you're
a
on the
minute,
couch now. You're being interviewed,
I
my friend.
forget, bro.
Hey,
It
nah.
happened so organically, I don't even know.
It's fried, bruh. Because this is a thing, right? So Deuces told me I already met him, but you know, you meet so many people.
I
Right,
remember
exactly. So I was like, I'm going to my boy Christian Hardy's house, seeing his independent film, and then this kid with this hot top
This is fried.
with no mustache at the time too. Y'all need
Okay.
to understand, he ain't had none of
I
this.
had the fro, no beard. Yeah,
And he
right.
was like,
Nice.
yeah, what's good, man? You know, I saw you at Tribe stuff, man. Like, you know, I'm on TikTok. I got a bajillion views, bro. Like, you need to
Which I
rock with
did.
me.
I did.
And I'm like, for sure. Like, and I'm like, let's work for sure. But then I watched the freestyle that you did to the Aaliyah joint. And I was like,
yeah.
oh, nah, this young boy
Oh,
cold.
yeah. Oh,
Ooh.
So
yeah.
I'm like, all right, let's cook on something.
Yeah.
But it's weird because I think we didn't immediately work after I saw that.
Yeah.
But whenever we planned to do that and we went to Arcs, it just...
Yeah, but we went to Timeless first.
What did we record at
No,
Timeless?
what was it? I think
It had
we
to be
went,
Timeless,
I think
didn't
we went to Timeless first, and I remember doing one of the first big sessions with you was when Brittany was recording her album, because we had connected, and then we finally went into the session, I think, with her.
Then
and
what's the first song we ever recorded then? Like ever? I don't know.
I don't know, bro.
Like 100 songs in, I have no idea.
You see what I'm saying?
I know
Yeah,
my
that's
favorite
amazing.
songs. I don't know the first song.
it was
So how long
organic.
ago is this?
This is
Give us a time period.
I do remember this though. This is when The Last Dance had just
the
dropped.
documentary.
The documentary
Oh,
just dropped.
So not that long.
Yeah.
And so,
Oh, okay.
I
All right.
remember,
Okay.
I remember we were in the studio together, and I remember we talked about, you put on the documentary, and I was like, man, wouldn't it be crazy if we came up with like an album that was like that correlated towards The Last Dance? And he looked at me, he's like, bro, that ain't a bad idea, man. He's like,
Yeah.
and then he started throwing out fucking like bullets of ideas, and I was like, yeah, and then we just kind of.
Yeah, you throw me an idea. We gonna go macro with it. What we doing?
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
I-
I literally said, I said, bro, wouldn't it be crazy if we just created an album that almost like coexisted with The Last Dance, but as rappers? And he was like, bro, you know what? And just started breaking it down, and I was like,
And the way that
damn.
and the way that
Dissected it right there. Yeah.
And the way that we set it up now is that we're gonna do it with me, him, and Kyrie.
Yep.
And the concept is this. So, you know, the Bulls. It's a bunch of players on the Bulls, but the people that you think about is Jordan, Pippen, and Rodman.
Yeah.
And then the point of the project is at any point there is no one Jordan on every song.
Exactly.
At some points I'm only rebounded. I'm only doing the hook.
Right.
Some songs I'm doing the last verse and the outro.
Yep.
Some verses I'm the whole song, and then they just doing ad libs.
Right.
And it's like everybody they do different roles.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
everybody's playing their part.
Yeah, everyone's playing their
for,
role.
for the team to win.
Center,
to
you know,
win the
playing the 5, the
Yeah.
4, the
to
3,
win
the
the
2, and the 1.
championship,
You know,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The very first Be on the Stage Live was on Kobe Bryant Day, so 8/24/23.
Nice.
Yeah,
Sad.
which is I love that. You know what I mean? Because I'm
Yeah.
a big hoops fan. Allen
Yeah.
Iverson's my favorite. You know, but like having that on Kobe Bryant Day, we forever have that, and
Yeah.
I think that's super cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
And it's the 24th now. Actually, we're on the 24th, 10/24 though. But
I know.
Yeah.
yeah, it's wild. But the Last Dance thing, let's go back to that real quick. So when that came out, that obviously was very like impactful to both of you.
Yeah.
Oh, it was huge, man.
Separately, but you guys collabed on that idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, my father. I mean, obviously, like my real name is Michael, so I've always known about like the two biggest people that were always huge in my life were Michael Jordan and Michael Jackson. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
Later on in high school, I started recognizing who Mike Tyson was, but then I realized like, damn, like Michael is a powerful name.
I actually didn't know your name was
Obviously-
Michael. I'm
Yeah.
learning that right now. So,
You know,
yeah, fair.
and obviously, like, you know, being a man of God, man, like Michael the Archangel was a huge person too. So, you know, I was blessed to have the name, but and like Deuces is my given name, so I'm the second from my father. So my father has the same name as me, and on my birth certificate it's Deuces, or it's the second. And so my father has always called me Deuce when I was younger.
okay.
And so that's why I was given the name, and I just applied the ES at the end because I was like, nigga, fuck Deuce, I'm Deuce.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Peace out, bitch.
Right. That's awesome. That's awesome.
But yeah, man, like my father was a huge, like, he was a basketball player of his own. He was like great at basketball, but like he was a huge fan of Michael Jordan because obviously how it correlated to him. You know, man, it got the
Yeah.
whole Wheatie box boxed up together. Like you ain't never getting out of that. You ain't never getting that Wheatie box. You know, that's a collectibles item. And obviously, Monty, man, he could tell his story. But like, yeah, the Jordan legacy is like huge.
Man.
I see why when you came
in
into
my
Native
world.
and you saw the Jordan shirt, I'm sure
Bruh.
you saw that Jordan
Oh,
shirt.
Every
my
time
God.
I went in
Be
there
like
and they
Mike's-
had my size, I cried one singular tear.
I can
like,
print one for you, dude. I'll get you one.
I need one.
I need to
can
frame that tear next
I
time,
did,
bro.
bro. I need that. I need that and the Robin with the glow in the dark hair.
Oh,
That's
the
You
hair.
feel me?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
need both
Yeah.
of them.
Yeah, we'll get
Yeah,
that done. That's
for sure.
Yeah.
it's awesome. I had no idea that Jordan had such an impact, and obviously an impact on so many people. But
Yeah.
there's levels to this, right? You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
And you took it a step further, and then another step further, maybe a mile further. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. And it's about like this is already an existing legacy, and then we world build on top of that legacy.
Exactly.
You get what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
Exactly.
So like the project, it ain't just like a mixtape we just putting out for y'all to consume. This will be merchandise. This will be pop-up events, experiences, activations.
a vlog
People will be
experience, yeah.
vlog. Like, it's divided in 4 pieces because it's 4 quarters in a game.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yours, this
Yeah.
is brilliant. It's
yeah,
it's
it's
genius, man.
And
It's
obviously
genius.
there's a championship piece to it as well.
Exactly.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, there are 6 rings. So there's
So
yeah,
I might-
there's 6 rings.
might
I mean,
have to
I don't. I mean,
Might have
might
to hit
to-
6 cities and
You know
just
what I
give
mean?
it.
Like,
oh,
right.
that's smart,
and
bro.
put
We
one in
need to do that.
Chicago. You know what I mean?
Oh no, we definitely
Ooh,
we
yeah,
probably
nah, we
into
def-
Chicago and
Gotta
come
go.
back.
Yeah, for
yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
That's awesome,
Homecoming in Cincinnati, but the
Yep, and
the
it-
championship
yep.
will be in Chicago.
Exactly. Yep.
man. Yeah. There's so many questions I have, but I'm gonna get to the good ones. So first off, Monty,
Yes.
I've seen you do so many cool things, dude. You did in the lab. You had a
Yes,
whole thing where
yeah.
the T-shirt got you into the
Yeah.
show. That was genius.
We just try to think outside the box.
You are
man.
thinking out. You're outside the building. So like you're outside out the room.
You outside
of
the vicinity,
building.
bro.
I might have to
You're
start telling people that. Like, what's good with you? I'm outside the building.
Like,
That's
you're
all.
outside the building, bro. You're thinking on
Outside
another
the
level. And I
Outside
think,
the building, That's
bro, it's
hard.
amazing. And I think that you're bringing so much to our city that I'm so glad you're on the couch right now, man. We should be
Yeah.
on the stage with you, man.
Yeah, we will, man.
Yeah,
2025,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
I got too much going on
Oh,
right
absolutely.
now.
Yeah.
And
for
I'm
sure.
about to get
We
surgery.
talked about that. We talked
Yeah,
about
I'm
that.
about to get surgery on my
surgery,
shoulder, so
yeah.
I definitely don't want to be up here like, yeah, man, I started like I don't want to do that.
Right.
At least your leg is good though.
Yeah, nah, for now, we got to get it together. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
And
Right
I-
now.
Right now. Hey,
Nah, but I'm gonna just say this, man. Like, the main thing that I want to do is be the help I wish I had when I was starting. So when I saw Deuces, when I saw a lot of people, most people who are from the generation after, they don't want to help but they're like the older people. I don't want to help them because they don't want to listen. They don't care about what we care about. They ain't grow up on the morals and the music and the art
Right.
form that we grew up on. But it's like if you don't embrace them, how can they even care? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Youth
Yeah,
is
yeah.
about attitude. Hip hop about attitude.
Uh-huh.
So if you
Yeah.
giving them attitude, they're gonna show you more attitude back. So when I saw him, I'm like, I'm rocking with you. Like it don't even matter if you had no views, I would rock with you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just
I say about this show, it's not about how many followers you have. It has nothing to do with.
sure.
It's really about the talent that I'm trying to shed light on. That's it. It has nothing to do with how many clicks you get, because some people aren't good at social media. It just is the way it is. But then they get on that guitar and you're like, where did you come from? You know what I mean? Like,
I
where?
would rather have 500 people that care than 30,000 people that just watch me and don't do nothing.
Yeah, right,
Yeah.
right.
I'm saying?
Exactly.
So-
500 that are there for
I
you.
appreciate that too,
Yeah.
bro. For real.
I mean,
Yeah.
when I was in a band for years called Ocean Grid, and we were metalcore rock. And I used to say, I'm only here for those who want to be here. I'm not trying to convince those who don't. I don't have time to convince you. I'm here to shed my light and my voice for those who want to be. Not the ones who don't want to be. That's cool. There's other music to listen to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's here for those who want to be here. The 500 individuals that step to that room, I'm
Yeah.
here for it. The other million out there that don't care. Well, you might care eventually, but at that point, this ship is already
You
sailed,
supposed
you
to
know?
love the
We're
people that
going.
love you.
Exactly.
If
Yeah.
you supersede those people
Yeah.
will find people that are similar. And that 500 will turn to 700, 700 turn to 1,500. And for you know what, you got the base you've been looking for your whole life.
Exactly.
You only need 10,000 people to change your life. Literally, people know. And it's billions of us. So think about that.
Yeah, right. And with your headspace like that, it feels like your ideas are coming from this conscious place that just is a never-ending thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I do wanna kind of shift for a quick second.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So first off, Tom DeLonge was right. Aliens exist.
Okay.
So let's just say that aliens out there in the world, yada yada.
Oh shit.
Right. And I want to talk about the idea of conspiracy theories real quick. All right. Okay. Give me a second.
He
All
put
right.
the 10-4 hat on.
Yeah,
Go
yeah,
ahead. Go
let's
ahead.
go, let's go,
Let
let's
him
go.
cook. Let him cook.
So, where do you think the ideas are yours, or are you a beacon for ideas?
Okay.
Where does the idea come from? Where does the original idea come from?
So I've had a strong theory on this, and I
Okay.
do believe it.
Yeah.
I think that there is like an ethos, and someone might have already had the idea, but they didn't use it, so it gets transferred to someone else that might be able to use it. So
Okay.
so sometimes like, you know, say for instance, like me and Monty are in two different areas of the world. He might have been like, dang, you know, I want to do this and that, but then next thing you know, he doesn't do it. So it just transfers in this ethos of like a pot. It's like a boiling pot, and like we as artists, as like creatives, are in that pot. And if someone latches onto the idea and they actually use it, then it's their idea. You know, but then someone else could latch onto it and actually make it differently because they recognize that they have a different idea because they have a different mind.
You know why Frank Sinatra used to record between 4 to 6 a.m.?
Why?
Because he said everybody is asleep, so the ideas are just idle.
And that's a truth.
That's
but,
genius. I'm
But
so
that's a
glad you
true
said
that's
that.
a true factor
That's
though
amazing.
because there was a time where I recognized to be up at 3 a.m. because everybody was asleep. And I would just be sitting there, just like writing and like listening to beats and just like watching mini documentaries about certain shit and reading stuff and just being like, all right, like I'm starting to tap in.
No, most of my
now-
stuff's done at 3 a.m. too. I'm a night owl. I'm up
Yeah.
late, but I mean, I go on a 4 hour.
And-
I can do a
and-
4 hour sleep. I'm back at it. You know.
And he's right.
Honestly, for me, bro, like, I'm just channeling ancestry when y'all see me do whatever on this stage.
Yeah.
It's not even me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm literally just channeling whatever my deep-rooted ancestry
Yeah.
used to do naturally.
Generational.
It
Generational.
is. I
Very
don't
true.
get back into this body till I'm done.
Yeah.
Literally. Like I
That
get up
is-
here and I transform and I know it ain't me just because of like I'm like how did it's like a beam, dog. Like but
Yeah.
the more in tune I get, the easier it is to channel it though.
Right, and that in
know
the
what I'm
deep on the, like I mentioned aliens earlier, but that is in that
That's some
same
shit.
pocket. It's in the same pocket. Think about this. We don't the paranormal, the things that we don't understand as human beings in this world in a vast universe where ideas are coming from. Oh, she's bringing it right up here. Hi, welcome.
Thank you, baby. Appreciate you.
Anything you want to say
What's he
while you're up here?
It's some crown apple?
No.
Oh, that's
Appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you for coming up.
Oh, yeah.
The thing with the idea where ideas come from, or your beacon, is your idea.
That's for sure.
oh God.
Oh God, dude.
The idea, I look at it the same way. I look at myself as an open vessel for things to come in, and I just don't fight it. I'm not worried about what someone may think of me. I'm not worried about if it'll flop or it'll be a success. I just go at whatever idea that I feel that my soul, my internal, whatever is just, it takes me there, and I'm like, all right, well, this is what I would love to see. I'm going to make it happen, win, lose, or draw. And at the end of the day, it just goes. You know what I mean? Like for this show, dude, I bought this couch. I ordered the flag. I had it all done before I even had set dates. I had to get to Frank and I had to get some dates, but I was like, I know I want to do this. I need to get dates. I started with 6 of them, and which are the first 6. I call them the special 6. Yeah. And from then, which ended with Kevin McCoy in January, and then I just continued on, which next was TV shows, which is how you learned of this, was TV shows event back in March on 321, which was the coolest part about his.
Fire.
Right? It was actually gonna be on Leap Year Day. It was supposed to be on February 29th. Yeah. That's my original plan, but due to the changing over the guard here, they had to move out all the last February dates to transition for March. So I was like, all right, I'll move to March. 3, 2, 1, TV shows, let's go. And he agreed, and we just went at it, Yeah. And that's why you're here. I mean, that's where we connected on this front. But it's all because I just took an idea that I was like, all right, it's in this area. I just need to, bring it to earth.
But you know what you did, though, right? You doubled down on the faith, because buying this couch and buying that doesn't guarantee it, but it definitely opens up the portal. Like, oh, he really wants to do this.
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna get to as well.
It'll move forward, man. Like belief is the currency of life, bro. You just believe that you can do it. Now you're doing it.
Yeah, but it's when people practice manifestation, like you still have to have the practice to actually doing it. Like having the action to apply what you need in order for that manifestation to apply. It's the same thing with God. You know what I mean? Like I'm a huge believer in God, but it's like if you're gonna you gotta have faith, but you gotta put in the work, right? So and just put in the work regardless. Like God's gonna send you the message at the end of the day, for the result of whatever it is that you're putting in. But knowing that you put in the work lets you know, like this power of faith is true. You know what I mean? And that's based upon God being like, He wants to put in the work. Like, okay, I'm gonna make sure that your faith comes through.
Just go for yours.
Go for yours. Go for yours, and then others will come. Build it, and they will come. Others will come just like in your same mind frame. And before you know it, you have a room full of people that are there supporting you. And I really fully believe that if you want something bad enough, you will make it happen. And not only will you make it happen, it'll go way further than you ever expected, because you're doing it. Others will see it, and before you know it, you're going to inspire others to walk in the room, and you might end up finding the next big photographer, the next big videographer, the next big artist. You know what I mean, Monty?
We just did that at Blink.
Blink, how was Blink? I was going to get to that next.
So,
this is wild. That was my next question. I was going to say, speaking of...
Can't get a segue. You know
how you crushed that.
But look,
Blink, talk about that.
All right, so... I got I just got married. You feel me? October.
Congratulations to my brother getting married.
Appreciate y'all.
Did you get to use the glasses? Did you get to use the glasses?
I got to use. Somebody gave me a pair of glasses that I could use for the night. So I got to do a majority of my wedding from my perspective, which is crazy.
That is amazing, man. We were talking about that at Native. You should get Jay's glasses and just go with it. I know his are having issues.
I know because the sound went out. But my boy Knock, he had 2 pairs, so he like, I'm gonna record some and then I'm gonna give you a pair. So I have 2 different glasses of the whole night.
So his perspective, it was a cool moment. We were just sitting there like, you should do this for your wedding. It was amazing.
But so continue. I do the venue. I do the ceremony. We're done with the ceremony. The woman, I do a song at the end at the reception. I'm performing leading James, and she was like, I love this. Like, do you want to do a concert here? And I'm like, yeah, let's do one in November. Like, you feel me? Give me some time before my surgery. Then she called me and said, we have 7 days to do this show. And I said, 7 days? I can't fill this up in 7 days. And she was like, I got faith that you can fill it up in 7 days. So I got on it, and I had to come up with a concept. I had to make sure to run a show, everything. So we did something called Make Yourself at Home, which is my stage is a couch.
I saw that. I love that.
My stage is a couch. We had an art gallery.
I bet you did.
I had fun.
It was an art gallery, light show, dance battle. Everything was happening at once. And I had to figure it out, market it, get tickets, and it naturally, so it filled up. And, and granted, because of 7 days, it came with its own set of issues.
Sure.
But overall, it was a great show. And I felt like a lot of people that wanted to be booked for Blink or were booked for Blink and felt like I don't really feel welcomed in this space, felt welcome there. And a lot of people were leaving their performances and coming down there like, bro, can I just kick it in here, or can I get on stage and do something? Like, go ahead. Like it was dope, bro. It was just like a living room session for real, man.
That is amazing. That's inspirational.
Yeah,
That,
man.
in 7 days, like
7
that
days.
is like, man, you are.
Don't try that at home. either.
Yeah, like,
I mean, but
he's bringing it home now.
But in the industry we in, man, we got to be on top of our game. Like we got to learn how to pivot. You know, like it's important to do that. So honestly, man, 7 days for money, man, ain't nothing. You know, it's tough. I know that, but like in all reality though, you knew that you were gonna be able to make it happen. It's like, all right, bet, like this is the challenge. I'm about to
Honestly,
knock it out,
bro. I look at everything like a Rubik's cube or a puzzle.
Yeah.
So like when she said 7 days, I was like, I got 7 days to figure this puzzle out.
That's what
and
I'm
what it
saying.
looks
Like
Oh,
it's,
right.
it be them little things that people saying you or things that happen. You're like, all right, this is like the theme of like what's happening. All right, bet I'm gonna make this work. Like I knew when he said 7 days, I was like, yeah, I already know money. He looked at that as a video game.
Nah, I really took
Challenge
it as
accepted.
I really took it as a challenge, man. And the thing is,
Yeah.
you know, we get so hell bent on like, man, I don't know if I could do this, and we get in our own head and tell ourselves that we can't do something. But now I have to be like, man, I got enough like people that support me and acts that want to be seen, and I could curate it to a point where it makes sense and it's tasteful. And that's exactly what happened. Like
Yeah,
the
man,
people who brought their people brought them, and my people came, and then random people, because so many people were going in here. They're like, "What is this?"
Yeah.
And people paid full price for something they had no idea what it was.
Nah, he always got me. That's a given. That's family grind. That's
amazing.
family grind. He always
Gotta
got me.
know it.
Yo, yeah,
Yay.
that's free 99.
And I mean,
Niggas
you-
don't get free 99.
On God, no, this shit ain't free.
Yeah, nah, that's free 99 for real.
And that's great that the relationships that you guys have built together, or you guys are on you're clearly on the same plane. You're definitely in that same pocket, because I mean, you guys are you didn't meet that long ago. You mentioned when
Shit, but it feel like forever
yeah.
though.
It feel
Shit,
like-
yeah,
you gotta think
it's
all the
pretty
amount of
amazing.
times we done. I mean, this nigga done travel with me.
Yeah, we did definitely hit the road. And you gotta love somebody to hit the road with them. I need y'all to
Yeah,
understand that
man,
you don't
like-
just hit the road with anybody.
Yeah, nah, Monty hit the road with me to Nashville for the first time. I was like, that was some shit.
That was a time. That was a time.
That was some shit, boy.
Yeah, oh God.
do you guys have a videographer covering this, or no? Is there any
Some of it-
documentation?
Some of
man?
it shouldn't have been recorded.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the stuff we want.
But it
That's
was
what we want.
turned. It was turned. It was turned.
It was definitely
So
turned, yeah.
Nashville,
We
what
was
you
in
do? What were you
foreign
doing in
cars
Nashville?
doing donuts. It was crazy.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's crazy.
I was in a McLaren,
Definitely
bro.
was in a McLaren.
I
And you
was
know
in-
when McLaren sit that low, he fell in the car.
I did. I felt in the car, bro. I got to drive it around and shit too.
Oh, what? That's
Yeah,
so
because
dope.
we did a music video out there with my brother Tula Bree, man. Which at some point after we do our performance, I'm gonna make sure that I bring my guy Stun up here so we can talk about the experience of Nashville more. But Nashville is my
Yeah.
second home, man. Like anytime here's my thing about my experience. I like if I love you, like I'm bringing you with me, right? So obviously, like Monty's like my number one brother. So like regardless, like I'm bringing him with me. It don't matter. Like he don't gotta worry about it. Like I'm bringing
we
him
out.
with me.
We out here.
Yeah, and so I brought him out to Nashville, and you know we turned up with my boy Bree, my brother Tula Bree, who's like a big artist in Nashville and stuff. And we were doing a music video. I'm so mad we ain't released that song yet. I'm so like we ain't released the music video. It just wasn't like.
You have so much unreleased
And I
stuff
get
here.
it, like I get it,
Nah.
I get those atmospheres, but I feel like that music video was so gas.
Turn.
It was so gas that we
Turn.
should have. So I need to talk to Bree again about that.
Nah,
shit.
for sure. I'll be
Make-
like, hey,
make
put
that
that out,
happen,
big
bro.
dog.
For
Do it.
me,
Or
for
I'll
me.
put it out.
For me.
do a premiere, man. You got to.
Nah.
So you guys have a song you guys are gonna do tonight?
Yeah, nah, yeah.
we
Can we
Yeah,
hear it?
yeah, come
Can we
on.
hear it? Let's hear. Let's hear some
Yeah,
music.
nah,
okay?
we got a song called New Designer, and
Oh,
let's get some context real quick. Obviously,
Okay. Yeah.
New Designer is on this project, this joint project, this amazing project called The Last Dance.
Yes, sir.
Which is obviously we told you the backstory on
Yeah.
that. It's got myself, it's got Monty C, Benjamin, and it's got Kyrie from BTB, Be the Best Records, man. Shout out to our brother Kyrie, man. It's a dope track. I love it. It really just like what you think it represents, man.
You know what's funny? the song is an entendre because it's like we was wilding out first of all when the beat came on.
Crazy.
And I was like, who was the wildest person I could think of at the time? And Designer, the person that made Panda, is the person. So when I say new, so it's new designer,
Yeah.
but it's designer because I had some like designer shoes and stuff on.
Yeah.
So it's just like, and that's what I do for anything. Everything got like a double, triple meaning, all depending on
Oh,
what it
as
is.
it should.
But
If
yeah.
you're thinking outside the building, you better have all the meanings.
But the beat was supposed to feel like an NBA highlight reel, which is why it ties it to The Last Dance.
Oh, that's so cool.
So like for the visualizer, it'll be somebody like dunking on somebody like 1,000 different ways. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
yeah, okay.
Get it design.
Dunk into the beat.
You'll feel it energy wise. Come on, let's turn it up. Come on,
Yeah, let's
let's
hear
turn it
this music, bro. And then we got one more
it's
section
called-
up after that. Yeah.
up. You see,
Let's go.
a lot of niggas think they safe. Alright. Watch this. Wildin'. Look. Well, it's the beat straight up out the motherfucking cage. Niggas hit her name, then get afraid. This be the great, wait, you can steal my style, I made out of that. I'm the founder / architect. Grab camera, then spaz on that. Shots all of that. Kenny Cal, slime time. Wow, y'all guys off the rap. Hold up, throw it up, open that's 50 birthday, drawing out like it's wait. If you missed the replay, pulling up this safe. Y'all niggas ain't safe. Switch pitches, you can never reach on base. I'm the man in my state. 50 grand what I should demand for my race. So with that next year freshman expensive for the jacket, damn. Make this nigga not rap again, bro. Try that on and bring out your order. Get the party in the way, target, hold the top on it, down this bitch. Here's the remix and I ain't even playing. Hold up, wait, hey, your girlfriend Ribbit coming down in here and I keep her sweating and her house party coming back, full taking these TLC. 6 seconds, women, let's get it. Told y'all boys, I'm a legend, got 1, 2, 3, 5 seconds, I get it. Like, I come through young legend like Will Smith, I might blood, you got 7 seconds. Bring the designers, pull up and smile, you cannot go sign me, nigga. Tryna go diamond, yeah. Man, it's my time, you cannot go sign me, nigga. This is the finest, no. Watch me blinded, this perfect timing, nigga. What you know about this? What you know about this? What you know about this, nigga?
Hey, yo, that was nice. That was nice.
Hey.
That was a nice dunk on their asses. You feel
Thought it
me?
was safe.
That was
Look.
a dunk in their head.
Thought it was safe. Look.
Listen.
Thought it was safe. Look. Get it, look.
Thought it was safe, but see, they forgot the code. Niggas is careless, huh? Talking inside of your neck till it snap. You should be embarrassed, huh? Too much to bear for these niggas. This shit to be buried. This shit that we're bearing, huh? Too much to say, but you sailing around pussy ass nigga.
Let's go,
Let's
let's go.
switch lanes. Rather narrow the camera. 16. Rather load up the chamber. Trench coat. Shoot it right through the flannel. Each bar with your butt to the camera. Pull a hole on the side of your sandals. Promise you, man, this is only your sample. Goddamn, and the ammo.
Nigga, I lied. I'm oversupplied.
Update, really turning up the progress. 4 houses and on the product. Better take the progress. Better than it is not a comment. It's a statement. Nigga, and I'm paying homage. I got more than options. Check your private. This is worthy. Caution. Yellow tape for caution. Go and act the project. Niggas up and
Go ahead,
shopping.
go ahead,
Shit
do
to me.
it.
You ain't worth the bargain. Like, oh. None of you niggas is safe. Nigga, I'm good. I'm straight. Shake up the club and shake. Work up the club. I'm great. Dropping the bomb is made. Put in the work. I'm great. Okay. Yeah. Money pass the baton. Watch where you step. I'm a done. Take up the size of the game. I'm a pawn. One in my mouth. One in my palm. Honey, your brother, you know what I'm doing. Niggas be talking. I'm you. It doesn't matter. Nigga know that I'm booming. Smoking on beats. Smoking on Cubans, nigga.
Make some noise if you in here and you
Yeah.
alive.
Yeah. Should we
Come
roll
on, get
up?
one more. Come on,
Should
get
we
one
roll
more. You got it.
Yo, back on the stage,
Back on the stage.
right here,
Let's
back
get
on
it.
the page,
Yeah.
light clear.
Yeah.
They want me to freestyle. I don't even think they ready.
Let's
Talking
get it.
about mode, nigga. Look. See, I got an LA cap on, but I'm not from LA, I'm from San Bern. Talk about it, what we really better. I'm from Cincinnati, yeah, born and raised. Doesn't matter, cause I know I get paid. It doesn't matter when I'm burning the age and looking through. You can see I'm on raise. Talk about it when I'm ready to stage. Yeah, let me show you the great. Show these niggas there's nothing to pay. Came on, but I'm right on the clean. Talk about it when I hit your regime. Doesn't matter, cause you know I got steam. Go ahead and pit it right on your brain. Doesn't matter when you ready for this, I'ma show you exactly when I hit it. But it's like, damn, niggas ain't ready when I get it back in. On top of the game, no clean. Got a sweatshirt, but the shit on green. Doesn't matter cause my eyes don't scheme. Show you I got it regardless the way they talk about niggas. You know that I'm better. I know I rewrite it. These niggas ain't better. I told these niggas how I get it. I'm better like, ooh. Yeah. That's I always forget that motherfucking drop, bruh. Every time, bruh. Hey, shout out to my brother Kyrie, man. He joint.
Hey,
He wasn't able to make it, but shout out to my brother Monty,
Brandon
man.
Designer.
We got one more song that we got to do, man.
What we doing?
We gonna get active.
All right, come on. I'm all right. You ready? I ain't never ready to do this, but I'm ready to do it.
I hit him with it.
You
every
notice I
time.
don't have a verse for this song. I've changed this verse 6 times, bro.
I know, bro. That's what I love about it.
But whatever this is, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah. This is a new track, by the way. I haven't released this shit yet. It's called So Active. It was inspired by going down to Nashville so many times and realizing this is my second home, man.
Let's get it.
Yeah,
Let's get it.
yeah. I don't want to hit that. Make sure you get your shot.
Don't knock the shot down.
Back at it, I'm active. Walk around like I'm active. No sprain, I'm active. Radios know I'm active. Downtown, I'm active. Nashville, I'm active. Lights, camera, I'm active. But Lord knows that I'm active. Back at it, I'm active. Walk around like I'm active. No sprain, I'm active. Radios know I'm active. Downtown, I'm active. Nashville, I'm active. Lights, camera, I'm active. But Lord knows that I'm active. One take, make the sun shake. Deuces on my lunch break. Don't let them know your next move, so I hit it quick with a pump fake. Show love, but they gon' hate. Hell yeah, they gon' hate. Got options, running Brady Bunch, and I match them up like Candy Crush. If it's mine, better ante up. Club model, throw your panties up. Mike Bass, so dangerous. Got bars, can you handle us? Wide scope for the cameras. Beast mode, I'm an animal. Don't bite the hand that beats your partner or shake hands with a scandalous. Man, I must have pitch. Pass this, call my brother Bree. Match this, second strike down. Last hit, it's a home run. That's sick. People judge me over commentators, but they can't afford to read. That's sick. The world falls for the dumbest shit, so I tip them over. It's like shit. This is the drug heist. Every city, there's an outlet that I have been to. I hit the plug twice. Take the drink without the Henny bottle with a gin. No, that's a dub, right? Nah, homie, that's another way to make an M, but if it done right, raise the price like what it look like. Back at it, I'm active. Walk around like I'm active. No sprain, I'm active. Radios know I'm active. Downtown, I'm active. Nashville, I'm active. Lights, camera, I'm active. But Lord knows that I'm active. Back at it, I'm active. Walk around like I'm active. No sprain, I'm active. Radios know I'm active. Downtown, I'm active. Nashville, I'm active. Lights, camera, I'm active. But Lord knows that I'm active.
I say, look, I ain't really with the kid games. Young boy, I was disrespectful, standing on the couch like I'm Rick James. And I never had stage fright. Young boy had it loud first. Even as it really opened up, used to jump out and then crowd serve beat, even didn't hit. Every time I go, did the switch. Y'all boys ain't really on the fit. Y'all boys better check out the fit. This a married boy, this not the win. This really for middle of the mall. And I got the tiger on me, now dog. Better go call Joe for a mile. Better go call Native Brand down. Get the t-shirt, pay the lawyer up. Got a new feet, gotta tell him, bruh. Man, it's freestyle like a Tonka truck. And it's all yellow, is backing up. Y'all ain't even got time how I move. They said, man, a tour, how you do? Let's hit 6 cities through and through. I said, man, Cincinnati, I'm active. Chicago, I'm active. St. Louis, I'm active. Gotta go down to Saxville. Money getting them racks in. Gotta make sure I'm back here. Freestyle get practice. Y'all know what I had. This is
Back at it, I'm active. Walk around like I'm active. No sprain, I'm active. Radios know I'm active. Downtown, I'm active. Nashville, I'm active. Lights, camera, I'm active. But Lord knows that I'm active. Back at it, I'm active. Walk around like I'm active. No sprain, I'm active. Radios know I'm active. Downtown, I'm active. Nashville, I'm active. Lights, camera, I'm active. But Lord knows that I'm active.
Make some noise for Deuces, y'all. That boy crazy.
Hey, if we got that verse on camera, I think that might need to be the one. Cause that shit was
That was
gas.
hard.
That was gas, nigga.
I don't even know what the fuck I
he said,
said.
Chicago, I'm active. I said, oh, word.
I don't know what I
I
just
said,
said.
oh, wait.
I know whatever I
You
said, I meant
guys-
it, but I don't know what I said.
The flow, the collaboration, you guys are on the same plane, man. You guys, I can't even tell when you guys go back and forth. It just is, your voices blend so well.
Isn't that good? We should.
Nope. All right, so look, right, we got this song called Strictly Business, so we both do the hook. And the question that we get asked the most is, which one of y'all start, which one of y'all stop? I said, man, stop playing with me, man. I'm like 20 years older than this dude. I don't sound like him. But we definitely do sound the same on the song. Hold on a second, y'all. Be right back.
Yeah, no, it's funny, man. Like, yeah, we do sound the exact same on that track. One's just a little lighter than the other. but like a lot of people can't tell. So it's comedy when people be asking, man. They be like, damn, like, is this you, Deuce? And I'm like, nah, bro, that's Monty. Like,
I could hear it as soon as he stepped in. I was like, whoa, all right now, because you know I'm listening for the diction in your voice. I'm listening to where you're heightening, you're lowering, and then you're going up and you're going down, and then he comes in with the same style, but your own at the same time.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
we're yeah, it's interesting, man. I'm glad that God put us in the same position. I'm like blessed to be able to have someone that has the amount of experience that he has, and for me to be able to like channel that energy that I get from him. You know, he always keeps my pen sharp. You know, like, and he always keeps my my free mind sharp too, to be able to freestyle. You know, like it's like no matter what, like it's important to keep that integrity in both realms, and I appreciate him so much for being able to just keep my thoughts sharp.
I'm gonna
you
say
know?
this. This is what I told that boy. This is what I told him. Okay, this from Unc right here. I said, the first step to freestyling is stop thinking. Because you know what you do when you think? You hesitate.
You hesitate.
You
Yeah.
you psychoanalyze. And before you know it, you ain't said nothing yet. When you say, are you ready? I'm not ready to do this, but I'll do it.
He said that to me in the booth one time, and I was like, all right, fuck it. And like I went in there on Britney's track and was just
Yup.
like, fuck it, let's
Yup.
roll.
Oh, rain on me.
Yeah, bro.
Bruh.
Because I remember you said that, because I was like, you was like, bro, I know you dope, but don't think. And I was like,
Because you
all
was in there thinking, and I can hear you
Yeah.
hesitating with your thoughts because
Yeah.
you sound like a hesitant person.
Yeah,
I'm like,
and
but
then-
stop thinking and just rap.
and when
he's-
I-
scream definition, he went crazy. I said,
Stop thinking.
I
Just
said,
let it flow.
Yeah, that was all freestyle. I wish we could play that joint right
I
now.
swear
That shit
to
was so,
life, that was
that
fire,
shit was
man.
gas.
If they got Spotify, it's definitely on there. It's on there. Yitney me.
Rain on me.
He
Dude.
killed, and it was one take. Believe it or not, it was one take. That boy went crazy. Damn, that's crazy, man.
That
We
is
done-
That was a minute ago.
That was
That
probably
was-
the first song.
That was that. Yeah, that's what I was saying.
That was the first
That was
song.
that 8-hour, like 9-hour session we did at
Yeah,
Timeless, and
bro.
I was like, because we made what, like 6
Yeah,
tracks.
because we did that. We did a song called "Sweet Love." We did a song called. We did like a bunch of. It was because remember she did 5 hours and then I did 5 hours.
And then we had some of the other guys in there. We were
Yeah.
on the track with them.
And then I had you do a version of Revenge. I had you do a version of Mirrors.
yeah, bro. I was
I
just
chose
in
to
there,
work
bro.
that day.
So
was
what
in
was that
there,
song
bro.
called?
"Rain on Me" is the song that he's referring to. That's out right now on
What
all
did you
streaming
just play?
platforms.
What song did you just play? What
That was active. That's not released.
called? Oh, it's unreleased.
See how he be doing, y'all? Just be performing these unreleased songs.
That's
Do you-
amazing.
listen,
How much unreleased material you guys got that you just did like it was
No,
nothing?
At this rate, bro, I think it's his marketing tool, right? Because people pressed him for Still I Go until he put it out. Like, people push it like, hey, man, I'm tired of going to a Bengals game and not hearing Still I Go.
Yeah.
I got all this Bengals gear on and can't get my Bengal up.
It's out. It's out.
Yeah, it's
there.
out now.
It's chilling.
Well, some people see it.
Come on now.
Yeah. Jesus, the Tiger King.
That all right. Oh well, we. Wow.
Let me go to the
yeah,
bathroom
yeah.
kick if you're gonna talk about that.
Yeah,
real quick.
I was gonna give another shout out for the sponsors real quick, and then we'll go into the last section of talking, and then we'll close out with some tracks.
Bet that.
I want to give a huge shout out to the Native brand, Native on the Levee. We recently were fortunate enough to interview Joe Exotic, the Tiger King.
The Tiger King.
The Tiger King from Netflix special Tiger King, which we learned a whole lot on our interview that just happened yesterday. So he called in from jail, and we got 30 minutes with him, and we interviewed him about everything that's going on. And we're here for free Joe Exotic. So we are actually, we have a shirt listed online now where you can buy the shirt, and $10 of the shirt, the proceeds go to his lawyer for lawyer fees, because we're really trying to get Joe Exotic out of jail. And he's looking for like a presidential pardon. That's the level of which he's
Okay.
at. So very, very grateful to be able to have a conversation with him. And he, myself and Jay Banks, we got 30 minutes, and we made the most of it, man. It was
You
a
know
great
how
time.
hard it'd be if Joe Biden got Joe Exotic out.
Bro, he's going anyway. He reached out to Machine Gun Kelly. He reached out to MGK. He reached out to Biden, Trump. Reached out to anyone and everyone that has any power to try to get it lifted because he feels like he's an innocent man. He believes he's an innocent man, and I also believe it as well.
I'm
Based
weak
on what
Machine Gun Kelly on that list.
dude, he was telling, like, he's reached out to everybody because he wants his words heard, you know what I mean, and his story told correctly because he feels the Tiger King misrepresented what happened. But huge shout out to the Native brand. Huge shout out to Jackie Mayer Law, Kelly Weber of Kelly's Cleaning Service, Threadworks with Wes Weber, and Leaf and Limb on the Levee with Olivia and their whole crew there.
Buy these plants, y'all.
Yeah, man, those are huge. Yeah, buy these plants. These plants are great. I got to water this one. You know, it needs a little bit of TLC here.
I definitely still want to bring up my
I
guys.
don't buy them. I'm taking them home. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, what do you want to bring up? Yeah.
I definitely still want to bring up
Give me
my
a
guy.
price. I'm buying them.
I definitely still want to bring up my guy Stunner from Nashville, man. I know we've
Yeah.
talked
He
about
got one more
Nashville,
segment. That's what y'all gonna do there.
Okay, bad.
Yes, we got one more.
that'd be
So
cool.
basically, you just ended the song. So this section of talking will be the last section of talking. So you can bring them up to this section.
Come on,
Okay,
y'all. Go ahead.
bro.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So shout out to my brother Monty C. Benjamin,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Y'all,
Yes, sir.
y'all know where some of my roots come from.
Come on
It's
now.
my- it's my
Hey,
brother,
Bonnie,
man.
turn around real quick. Deuces, get in here. Hey,
You know your head big, man. Shut up.
yeah, you're good. Hey, man, I appreciate you guys.
Hey,
This is-
look, that fitted took
I
over the
was.
whole snap. I was like, where am I at in this snap?
Hey, you're there, bro. I got you.
It was L.A. and you.
Oh, you're there.
It was hella brim and
with the
you.
microphone,
Oh, no,
bro.
I am in the back.
Oh,
So
you're
a
there.
Superman video, I was in the back. Look, that boy.
Oh, man.
First time when I did come through, it was like, damn.
You'll be getting one yourself. This whole show will
I
be
was like,
about
let me
you.
not
Yeah,
block, let me
yeah.
not block my
one
nigga though
day,
real quick.
Oh, now we gonna listen. It's gonna be turned because I gotta bring some Sir Davis or something here. Bro.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
gonna be- I'm
Yeah,
gonna
you can
be-
bring whoever you want on the couch. We can put chairs out here. I mean, TV shows had all its producers, so we had everyone on stools. Like, they were all.
I'm gonna need a yoga mat because Cup gonna wanna lay on the floor. It's gonna y'all not gonna do that. But I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate this whole production.
you,
Everybody
man.
that came out.
Love you,
They
man.
got y'all
Yeah.
good clothes on and came down
Love you, man.
Hey,
Thank you.
and you got a
Thank you,
tiger
thank
on your
you.
shirt. Speaking of
yeah.
which, bro,
off the lid.
Tiger King,
Yeah.
man.
You
Yeah.
didn't even know.
Didn't
That's
even
what's
know
crazy.
that. Oh,
Let's-
that's called alignment.
I want to bring my brother
Yeah.
up here, man. I want to.
Yes, please do.
My brother Stunner from Nashville, man.
Let's go. Come on up.
He from Cashville. Yeah, you don't know about Cashville? Oh, shut up. Girl, you don't know about Cashville? Ah, shit. You sound like one of them chicks from Broadway.
Check.
What's up, Stunner?
What's good, my boy?
Hey, man. Welcome to the couch. Yeah, man.
How you feeling, man?
Thank you for being here.
Feeling good. How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling out there? Y'all feeling good?
Yeah.
Baby. So
Keep it up. I love it. The
Nah, it's
camera
good.
catches it.
It's good.
The more sounds, the better. Let's go.
This is my boy Stunner, man. He from Nashville. My brother Tulai Bree wasn't able to make it. That's Tulai Bree and Stunner were the two people I wanted to bring up here to represent their city, man, in the relationship that we have. But
Well,
I'm
welcome to our city.
Yeah,
Appreciate
man. I'm
y'all.
blessed to
Appreciate
have.
y'all.
I'm blessed to have.
You're actually in
Stunner.
Kentucky right now. You're in Covington, Kentucky. So
This
we're
is still Cincinnati.
yeah, greater Cincinnati. Yeah,
Hey,
we got to
Yeah.
give Covington some love. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
I'm
That's right.
honored to be here. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just really appreciate being here. My boy Deuces. I had to come out here and support, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just like he come to Nashville, I thought like, why can't I come where he at and support what he got going on too? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, and I appreciate that a lot, man. For
Yeah,
real.
same do I. Do as well. I mean, we've done 14 of these, and each event's totally different. You can never really predict it because I don't want it to be predictable. At the end of the day, I want it to be just that event. It stands alone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It really stands alone. I don't want it to be like the other one. Oh, I seen one. I seen them all. No, my friend. It's not how that works. So you know what I mean? Like, this event is totally different each and every time, and you bring in something unique to the table, and I love it, man. Thank you for coming. Yep.
Most definitely,
Yep.
man. Most
Yeah,
definitely.
man.
So how did you two connect?
Man, we connect. It's funny because we didn't connect through my brother Bree. This is the one time. So usually in Nashville, when I go to Nashville, most of the people I connect with are through my brother Bree, Tulai Bree. It's my god brother. But surprisingly, I met Stunner through Young Buck, like I guess like Expedition, like open mic. Like I don't.
Yeah, it
It's-
was a showcase.
It
It
was
was
a
a
showcase,
showcase.
yeah.
Sky Deck,
Okay.
Broadway. I'm gonna let
Yeah.
you tell it though. I'm gonna let you tell the story, but just the location that was smack dab on Broadway. That's where the hip hop showcases are at Sky Deck. So yeah.
Yeah, so I was at the Sky Deck. It was me and my girl, man, and it was, you know, it was kind of, you didn't know like what to expect. You know, it was a lot going on, but it was a lot like, you know, stuff was. I'm not gonna throw no shade on it, but it was interesting. It was interesting, right?
Interesting.
So it was interesting.
Good word choice,
And Young Buck from, if you remember Young Buck, he was part of G Unit.
Yeah.
He's a big
Yeah.
he's a big artist from that area, but he's also from Nashville. Suppose you know.
Okay.
And so he had a thing going on with some cats there. And so Bree had got me hooked up with the guy there and was like, you know, I'm going to make sure you get some songs going in while you're here in Nashville and stuff before the show happens. So this is the day before Two Live Bree's big sold out show at the Analog at the Hutton Hotel.
Sold out show. All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
okay.
so I was here
Yeah,
just to
nice.
kind of just get my feet wet, you know. And I'm getting set up and then I'm performing. And after and I see Stunner at some point where I see him and he's talking to somebody and I'm like, and you know when you see like you feel that like the auras of atmosphere with certain people, whether you're next to them or you're not. I seen him from afar to my right hand side on the right hand side of the stage, and I seen him and I'm like, That's all I just said. I was like,
That's crazy.
like
Light bulb.
no, for real. Like a light bulb came up, and
Yeah.
I was like, interesting. And I was like, he seems like somebody that's got his head on his shoulders. And so like I didn't think of anything else after that, and I performed, did my thing, was kind of upset about how like things went to play, and then like I got off and like instantly like I got off and I talked to some people, and then Stunner came to me and he introduced himself and we talked and stuff. And like he was like praising. He was like, bro, like you're amazing, man. Like he's like, you really got it. Or did we talk on the stage first?
Nah,
We talked on
yeah,
the
yeah,
stage
we talked
first.
on stage
We
first,
talked
yeah.
on the stage first, and he was explaining about how his experience was there. And then I went on, and then we talked, and he was like, bro, like you're. And by the way, I thought your performance was great.
Appreciate
Like,
it. Yeah,
like I
man.
know you were upset with the auto tune thing, but like I thought your performance was great. Like I seen that you understood like what like how like your stage presence, and I was like, all right, bet like the man got it. Like I was like, that's what's up. Like I get
Yeah,
it.
Appreciate that, my boy. For
Yeah,
real.
you understood the assignment. Dude.
He
You-
understood the
yeah,
assignment
yeah.
regardless if the people on the stage didn't understand the assignment.
But it's
You
not
feel me?
about that. It's about for you. Right? You talked about that. It's
Yeah.
about for you. And then if they connect, they connect. If not, then there's someone else that will.
I mean, they were messing up my assignment at the same time, and I just
okay.
let it roll.
I mean, just like you said, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you can't be so hard on yourself. And,
Yeah.
you know, that's one
Yeah.
thing that I can say. Sometimes I'm hard on myself, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, at the end of the day, this is what I do. This is what I, like, live for, you know? So if something don't go the way I want it to go, even though, you know, from the outside looking in, you might be like, oh, what is he talking about? You know, the goal is always to do the best that you possibly can. And, you know,
Right.
sometimes, like you said, bro, earlier, you're like, sometimes you're just too hard on yourself, you know what I mean?
Yeah. We are our biggest critics at the end of the day because if you're a creator, you know that, is this up to my standard? Is this up there? Is this up there? And even if the sound guy or something is holding you back, you still have to be your biggest critic to get your best self out because no one's going to pull for you like you're going to pull for you. You know what I mean? Even
Right.
though you might have the biggest supporters, might have a loving girl, loving partner, but you really have to step up on your end and be proud of yourself because
Yeah.
it is you. This is you. The music is you.
Be selfish, like you say.
be
Hey,
selfish,
Be
yeah.
selfish. That hit me
Yeah,
hard because I'm
man,
like, that's my brain, you know.
Yeah.
Being selfish, like you were saying earlier, man. Like, it's not necessarily it's not a bad thing because
No.
only you gonna take care of you. Nobody can take care of you better than you can take care of yourself.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, man, and it's and I think it's also to give yourself constructive criticism, regardless of how the performances went, So when we had talked about the experience, obviously you were disappointed in what had happened, and even though I seen it from a different light, it was like I know that my experience could have been better, and it was like I get that, man, like I totally get that, like I understand like how and that let me know as like for him I was like he gets it, like he understands, like his integrity as an artist is there. And we had started talking about like our experience, what we do, what we were there for. Like I told him what I was here for, and he was like, "Yeah, I know. Like I know Two Library and the whole nine." And that's kind of like how we connected, man. We connected like organically
based upon the experience that we were a part of, and then we instantly like. What was so dope about Stunner though, Andrew, was like some musicians be bullshitting. Right,
Some
like,
musicians be
not even
Okay,
some.
okay.
A lot of musicians be bullshitting to the point where like they say they want to work with you and then they don't. And I'm a part of that.
Oh, okay, I see.
I'm a part of that narrative because I get busy, so I be forgetting that like I just told this man that I was gonna work with him, or I told this artist that I was gonna work with him, and I totally got caught up with something else. So it's not like I never want to not work with you. It's just I just be caught up in something different. And it conflicts with the interests of someone else. So I never want that to happen. Gunna was so dope though that he was like, look, bro, like I got the studio booked, like it's at 5 p.m. It's on Sunday, like come through. I got beats, like engineer. I'm like, oh, this.
You got it all.
I'm like,
You got it all.
oh, this dude really is about working. And I told my girl, I'm like, bro, like I'm not missing this studio session.
Yeah.
I was like, nah,
God.
this is what we're doing. And I told Bree, I was like, Bree, look, man.
Respect.
I was like, Bree,
Respect.
look, this is like what's happened on Sunday. And he was like, oh, he got it all set up. I was like, yeah. And he was like, Beba, just let me know what's up, man. Now he's like, I might have some time. We went to an award show and everything that day, bro. Like I promise you, we went to everything. We did a whole
You
bunch
had
of
the experience, and this was
What?
in Nashville, so you went down for this.
yeah. So cause my
alone,
bro-
or did
'cause
you have a crew with you?
No, it was just me. It was just me and my girl, and
Okay.
and Two Live Breeze connected to the city like thoroughly. So like I went to award shows. Like I'm out here connecting
The
that
red carpet.
other things, and like this is all happening like day to day. Like
How long were you there for?
gosh, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I think.
That was your last day. The day we actually got into
Yeah,
the
the
studio
day we got in the
was
studio
your
was-
last day out there.
Yeah.
What
so
a grand
like,
finale! Yeah. It's
yeah,
awesome.
no, and like we made a dope. We made 2 dope tracks, and
Man,
you
hey.
know, we got some more that obviously we gonna try to work on, and yeah, man. I mean, it's just dope, man, to find like really dope artists that really have a good work ethic. You know.
Yes. Yeah. Work
And-
ethic is it's not the first thing I look for in somebody, but because I look for like if their vision aligns with mine first, if I want to see their work ethic. And once we align, then I'm like, all right, what can this person do? What can they bring to the table? Because I'm bringing something. I want to see if they
Yeah.
bring something that we're going
Yeah.
to meet. Like,
Yeah.
meet two waters. Is it going to mix? Or is this like oil and water? What's going to happen here? You know what I mean?
And then the other important thing too is that it wasn't my city, so like I'm still tapping into the city, even though I have a handful of connections there. When he had said that he had everything established to have the studio set, that let me know that I was welcome into the city more so than what I recognized, and I appreciated that because obviously I couldn't do a session with him tonight, but like if he's coming into my city, like he's getting a session, he don't got to worry about the session.
Yeah.
Like why are you, like you're coming into my city? Why you got to pay for the session? Fuck that. Like
Yeah,
nah, like
right,
you in my
man.
city, like I'm gonna give
Yeah.
you the red carpet, like
Yeah.
that, and that's how that works. Like that's how that's supposed to work. Bree does that to me, and so when I realized that Stunner did that to me, I was like, nah, like
Yeah.
I know the type of guy Stunner is. Like I'm gonna make sure I give him like we gonna make sure he's straight in my world.
Right. And
you
now
know?
that he's on the couch, he's
Appreciate you,
forever
man.
guest listed at our events.
That's
So
what-
there you go, my dude.
That's what I'm
Appreciate
saying.
You're,
that.
That's
yeah,
what I'm
forever,
saying.
man. That's how it
Yeah,
works
that's what
here.
I'm
When you
saying.
sit
And
on this
there's
couch,
a lot
you're
more
there.
here in the city for sure.
And then
so.
we're trying to do our thing. We're picking up some steam right now. We've been doing our thing. It takes time, you know what I mean? We're jumping to genres. So as you jump genres, you're not necessarily funneled into one. You gotta come out of because I'll come out of the hip hop hole and I'll go into a metal hole, and then I'll come out of that to funk, and then we'll have a jam band, and it
Gotta
just
have it
kind of
all, man.
all over because
Yeah.
this city there's a lot of artists that are underappreciated in the city.
Yeah.
The talent is Dude, the
It's-
talent in the
it
city
is
is
it
nuts.
is insane. I mean, obviously, if you see me and Monty, you could probably get a gauge
Dude,
of
the
like, all
town
right,
is
Y'all
insane.
were mind blowing. I'm not gonna lie to you. Y'all were blowing my mind. Like, for real, bro.
Dude,
Y'all
they,
are my
their
brothers.
flow
Y'all dope.
together with him and Monty C were, I mean, they're like they're not on the same page. They're on the same sentence, man. They're like on the same period.
Crazy on the same sentence. Ooh, that's hard.
Hey. But the thing is that like at the end of the day, you are both authentic, and it aligns so like gracefully. Like you just put together, and then yet the bars and the hit is like it's powerful. So like it's like soft, hard, soft, hard, soft, hard. And before you know it, the blend is perfect. It's perfection. Chef's kiss.
That's how I feel like about me and Stunner, man. Like like me and my brother Bree have the same thing, and so me and Stunner also have the same thing. I like in this joint that we do, that we're gonna perform. It's like you can just tell, like it's like oh yeah, like they there.
And big shout out to Illinois for
Yes.
engineering that. That's the engineer of the song.
Shout out to Illinois,
Oh,
bro.
that's
Crazy,
sick.
man. He did his thing, man.
Yeah, for sure.
So you guys are gonna perform it here in a second, which will close out the show, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before we get to that point, I want to give some shout out to my video guys, the sound guys, everyone in this room. Ryan, who's running the whole venue himself. Shout out Ryan.
Shout out to Ryder Kid.
Ryder
man.
Kid. Shout out to the video.
No, for real. Shout out to Ryder Kid, man. Like,
yeah, he was on this show in September last
and,
year.
And
so.
I want to say one thing to Ryder Kid, man. I know that we probably going through the same field of I guess complexes in the city, man. But we gonna make it. You know what I mean? We're both super talented, and you yourself are just extremely talented, man. So it's gonna play out how it should. Circles get small, but doesn't mean that your world gets small. Your world gets bigger. You know what I mean?
That's real.
Yeah.
That is spoken.
Yeah.
And before we do go, I do want to ask one last question for both of you.
Yeah.
Who in your life, you kind of touched on it for a second, who in your life at the very beginning, at the baseline, when you were a young gun, who was the music positive influence that kept saying, keep doing, little homie, keep going, don't let the naysayers get in the way? Who was that music positive influence when you were a little, medium, before you got to the point where you're at now? Who was that music positive influence from not the music influence, the actual person that you grew up with, not necessarily the person who makes music, but a family member, if it's a friend or music teacher? Who was that person?
My number one person is gonna be my twin brother. We started.
Oh, okay. Twin brother. You have a twin. All right. Interesting. Yeah.
We started doing music when we were in about the 4th grade. We started, taking old mixtapes from like Tupac, Eminem, Biggie, writing down the lyrics, writing them on a piece of paper, taking them to school, and rapping them. And both of us would just get better and better. We kids, remembering lyrics and things like that.
Yeah.
And from there, one day we was like, why not just write our own songs? Like, what kids think that? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So we started writing our own songs, and we started like competitively like creating the best lyrics that we possibly could throughout the time frames. And we both look up to each other, which is crazy.
Oh,
you know what I'm
that's
saying?
great.
And that's my number one inspiration. Shout out to King Pharaoh.
King Pharaoh. That's fascinating answer, man. That's amazing. I love to hear it. It hits me hard because mine was my grandmother, and she's no longer with us, but she just used to say, don't listen to them. Don't listen to them. Play your bass. You know what I mean? That's what I did. I started on the bass guitar, 3 a.m. in the morning, playing RuneScape and playing my bass just to the rhythmic patterns of the game, and learning Red Hot Chili Pepper songs till 5 in the morning. And then my mom worked at Delta, and she's getting up, and she's like, what are you still doing up? I'm like, Delta, they got to be up early. And I'm like, I'm just middle of this song. Leave me alone. You know what I mean? But that's the thing is, those people are so powerful. And the twin brother, that's awesome. That's much appreciated, that answer, man. Who is yours? Who is your music positive influence when you were a young gun?
I have 3 people, but there's
All right.
one person
Okay.
in particular that helped me navigate myself. And that's my older brother, man. He's not here right now. He's currently probably at work, slaving to the fucking man of the power. His name's Antoine Barker. He was a musician. He was an artist himself, so he's the one I learned how to rap from. I used to be with this man. I grew up with him, so when I didn't have my brother that was around when my father wasn't around, I was raised from a single mother. I would go over my granny's house, and he would be there because he didn't have his mother or his father. He was my cousin, but we were raised together as kids, and there's like pictures of us together, not having our fathers, and obviously like my mother had issues with like, my grandparents, and she was pretty, tired of just being a single mother. So obviously going over there really helped out with her. But it was me and him, man. Like we had everything together. Like we played video games together. Like we imaginated stories through Legos together.
Oh, nice.
And when he started rapping, man, you know, I followed him everywhere through. You know, I watched his whole experience go through from the first time watching him perform at Fountain Square to performing for Ghostface, and he felt like he accomplished everything after opening up for Ghostface and stuff. And you know, I remember just being out of GameStop, out in front of GameStop in Pleasant Ridge, and just selling out CDs to people. Having the like we didn't have iPods and all that stuff. Like I mean, like they
Right,
were
yeah,
there,
yeah.
but like the CD would go into the exchange, like the CD exchange system, and you would play it. So like we would just play that in front of people. Dude, I'm only like 10. I'm only like 12 years old watching this stuff happen and recognizing like how to work. I used to take this guy's CDs, my brother's CDs. He was amazing at articulating a story through an album. So anytime I think about making an album, I'm like, you better make an album that's as good as your brother's, cause
Oh, that was the bar.
that was the bar, and then like that's why I'm so hard on myself on making stuff, cause I listen to the big artists, and when they make albums, like their arrangement skill set is so like up to par that like that's where he was. And we don't make albums like that anymore. Like people are just so lost in the singles, they don't make really like authentic, like curated albums.
Culture's
So,
change.
and I used to take his albums and just give them to people in fifth
Oh.
and sixth grade, and like just be selling
You
this
sound
guy's
like me,
stuff,
dude.
dude.
I used to
But,
sound
like,
like me, right?
But
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
so inspired to be him, because I
Mm.
was like, I want to be a rapper just like you, like. And when he let go of his dream, I told him one day at the age of like 18, I was like, bro, I was like. I know you don't think that like I'm a great rapper because you never let me in the studio like that, but like I'm gonna let this dream continue forward. And like he was so caught up in like his marriage because it was getting divorced, like the whole nine, that like he just didn't hear it. And one day like he finally heard it, and he was like, "You were serious about keeping that dream forward?" And I was like, "Absolutely." I was like, we don't have anything on this side of the family. I was like, we have art and skill and like dreams. I was like, I'm gonna make this thrive somehow, some way. Your dream is gonna thrive through me. And
Powerful. That's
I've honestly never told anybody that, but like he was the reason why obviously like I kept moving with music forward. And he's not here right now. He's currently at work. Obviously, he wasn't able to come through. Um, you know, man. But he's the number one person that like has always honed me down to keep this dream going. Obviously, there's my boy Rashid Jawad, man, who I grew up freestyling on the corner on the ground, you know, coming up with games and stuff.
the
Like
roots.
that's my childhood friend. Like we
Yeah,
sat
okay.
down on the ground and like freestyling on the street on the corners and doing what we do. Like we started doing rap through high school when my brother was doing his thing, and like I was too afraid to get in the booth with my brother. Like it was me and the Roz that were doing our stuff. And obviously I had my other boy Adam Hoffman, who was someone who I used to just jam with, who really probably was part of the roots of why I created something like the Golden Theory. Him and Phil Cotter, where I created my band for what I have, and you know the whole thing and stuff. And they're just peoples, man, you know. And then there's this my mother, you know, who I went through the pain and struggles with, and as an early age, who really was like the inspiration of like why you're doing this.
why are you doing this?
Because I want to give,
Yeah.
I still to this day want to just give her the key and just be like,
Yeah.
like here, mom, like all that hard work paid off. This is it. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like enjoy your life. You don't got to pay for nothing. Just, you know.
Well, that
Yeah.
that day is coming sooner than you think, or sooner than the universe will give it, because you're putting that energy out. It will come back tenfold, you know. And I believe that you mentioned your grandparents earlier too, and I think all these people, one day it'll come where you're sitting on top of this mountain and you're gonna have everybody with you, and we're gonna be there to cover it. But like you're gonna be there, man. And I think you're just a few notches away. You're just climbing up it, man. Everest is gonna be, you're gonna conquer it, man. And I really think that your brother specifically, I'm honored that you told that to us, and I appreciate you, and I think that he needs to see that. So you should definitely show him when you get a chance to show him that, because that's powerful. I'm touched. I mean, I'm
Yeah,
sitting with you.
man,
I can
maybe-
feel the energy. It's
Maybe
energy.
maybe volume 2 we can
That's
bring him up
volume
on stage
2, that's a
and
sneak
have
peek.
him speak about it and stuff. We'll probably have some more tracks by then.
Yeah, volume 2,
Come up here and turn it
2025.
up.
Count it. It's happening. But
Let's do this track,
let's
man.
do this
I'm
track,
ready-
man. I
I'm ready to
appreciate you,
do
man.
it.
Thank you.
Y'all
And
ready for this?
thank you guys so much for tuning in for another Beyond the Stage Live. This is the 14th one we've done, and this is as good as any experience I've ever had doing the show. And thank you so much for everyone that's in the room right now that has stuck with us and dealt with the late time. Thank you so much. Shout out to my baby Charlie. I hope you got enough candy. And I'll see you tomorrow, Bug. And you guys rock this track. My name is Andrew Eisler, and this is Beyond the Stage Live featuring Deuces.
I appreciate y'all having me. Y'all know where to follow me. AIGHTDEUCES. That spells I Deuces.
Deuces.
I got my #1 fan down at the.
I love it. I love it. It's great.
She a trip.
Don't change. Stay the same.
And obviously you can find me everywhere else as Deuces the Second. You know what I mean? Just tap in with me. I love y'all. I'm everywhere in the city.
He is,
So I'm
that's
hopefully y'all can meet me there. It's your
Hey,
boy. I'll see you.
Appreciate
Deuces.
you, man. Thank you so much for doing it,
This is
bro.
my boy Stunner if you want to give out your information.
Hey,
Hey,
y'all can
bro,
follow me on
appreciate you, bro.
Instagram, D_stunner_official. In my bio, all my links to my other pages are up there. Appreciate y'all. Let's get this song going. Let's do it.
Yeah. It's called The Show Mix. You know what it's called.
I'll take. Hey, if they don't want to give, sometimes you got to take, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let's get it.
Boom. Boom. Boom.
I hope y'all ready for this vibe. Man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Stunner, yeah, yeah. Talk to him, talk to him.
They don't wanna give, cool. I take, most of the time rest my case. Burberry, I hide my face. City to city, state to state. Deuces, fill up the tank. All gas, no brakes. All cash, no
Yeah,
that cream. Wu-Tang.
like cream. Sweating out money, they like all steam. Green. Color blinded, I don't see it the green. Watch a little buddy, I'm playing for keeps. Working too hard, they don't know how to speak. Sugar be Charlie, don't step on my cleats. Like, yeah. Moody the gritty, don't step on the piece. Yeah. Some of my get the taste of the sweet. Yeah. Give us a fast, I'ma let that shit leak. Pussy so good, she gon' drip to the beat. Talking the dudes when you fucking with
They don't wanna
me.
give, cool. I take, don't sleep till I rest my case. Burberry, I hide my face. City to city, state to state. Fill up the tank, all gas, no brakes. All cash, no
Yeah, stunner.
I just got for the grind. 24 hours is not enough time. I swear I'm not trying to look through the blinds. I swear I'm not trying to lose my way. I swear I'm not trying to lose my mind. I cut it off for the rims. Slam, feel like I'm Jordan. Last dance. Treat it like it is my last chance. My foot gotta put my chain swing. I'm in the money, my phone ring. I used to sleep on the floor with my girl. I had to look. I'm unavailable, I'm on the move. I'm trying not to choose. I'm not in debt, I'm just paying my dues. I ain't trying to be cool, I ain't trying to be real. I get cool, I take it. Don't say till I rest my case. Burberry, I hide my face. City to city, state to state. Fill up the tank, all cash, no brakes. All cash, no banks. Get that cream, Wu-Tang.
Yeah, set up my brother Stunner, boy.
Yes, sir.
I take,
Absolutely.
I take.
Appreciate
Hey, man,
y'all,
and I
man.
appreciate y'all. This is Beyond the Stage Live with your boy Deuces. I appreciate y'all for being here. Shout out to my boy Stunner, my family from Nashville. Shout out to Andrew. And shout out to y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. Deuces.